Cut, cut, cut. What the hell's going on? Let's get the proper music in. That was the intro music. I think this should be good. OMG, what the hell's going on here? Damn. Too many buttons to press. How we looking? Okay. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. OMG. OMG. It's been a hectic day. When I got home, had some nutritious things to eat. And then I thought, you know what? Gotta go live and talk about this shiznix. Okay. So, what's going on here? Let me have a look. See if we can get this up. OMG. Been having problems getting some of these pics up recently. They did a change around with some of the background stuff. Couldn't access what I wanted to access, but there we are. There we are. Up on your screen is the thumbnail. And I think we all know what we're talking about. It's Haney versus Loma. Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko. They're fighting, of course, on the weekend. And quite simply I had to talk about it. Come on now. There's things to talk about, so let's talk about it. Let's get this up so you can see what's on my screen. Okay, that's good, yeah. Okay, so where do we begin? Let's have a look. Okay. I'm in two minds about how we start this thing. Okay, I know exactly where we're gonna start this thing. Stop sharing that and start sharing this. We're gonna have a warming topic before we get into the real thing. Okay. What's that there? Let's get rid of that. Let's see what you can see. Okay. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Let's do a sound check. Make sure everything is on the up and up. Let's make sure this thing is on the up and up. Let's kill the music and listen for the sound check. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Before we get into the real thing. Real thing. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay. What's that there? I'm happy with that. Where are we? Okay, hello and welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Lots to talk about, but primarily we're looking at Haney versus Lomachenko. That's the main topic up for discussion. The fight's on the weekend. So we gotta chop this up. We gotta do this. We gotta get into this. Okay, there's a few other topics going around. A few other things to talk about. But we gotta get into it. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so where do we begin? Okay, so I've been thinking about it. Fight Doctor up in the building. Link in the chat. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, let me pin that. Like so. I think that's pinned now. And also, what else do I need to do? Let's put this up on in there. Let's put this up on in there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so Haney versus Loma. Who wins and how? Okay, so took me a while to warm up to Haney. And I think I know why. I think I'll show you. I think I'll share that on the screen. My views, my thoughts, my observations. Let's get this up on the screen anyway. Let's get some things up on the screen. What's going on here? Brian Bomack would be a good trainer for Daniel Dubois. Would he? Bomack? Dubois' strengths, Dubois' weaknesses, Bomack flying to America, living in America, away from home comforts. Has he got a relationship with him? Does he need a relationship with him prior? Don Charles has a relationship with the family. You know, Bomack, Dubois' father is a father of 11. I hear people talking about the father. I don't know about the mother. What's going on with the mother? Where is the mother? Lots of questions. Maybe more questions than answers. Okay. We're going to get into that also. But first and foremost, let me begin my soliloquy. Devin Haney. First, let's bring up the stats and the facts, because we're going to be looking at some numbers. Devin Haney. So I need my spreadsheet. Devin Haney. Why did I write it there? OMG. What's going on? Cut that out. Paste it there. Fighters. Okay. Devin Haney. There's only one boxer called Devin Haney. Okay. Where is this? What's going on? All right. Let's drop that. Let's stop that. Let's bring in my data. My data for analysis. What's going on here? Brian Bomack would be a very good boxing trainer for Daniel Dubois. You're gonna have to tell me why, brother. You're gonna have to tell me why. Straight to Bomack, or does he need a bridge to Bomack? Does he need a bridge to Bomack or straight to Bomack? You know what I'm saying? What are the deficiencies in Daniel Dubois? There's a lot to chop up, man. A lot to chop up. We can do that. But first, we're going to look at this. We're going to look at the Haney versus Loma situation. Who wins and why? Okay, so let me get into it. Hello and welcome to everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and write something in the chat. Let me know you're here. Okay, so I shall begin my soliloquy, shall I? Okay, so it took me a while to warm up to Devin Haney. And, I identified the reason as... did I identify the reason, or did it take me a while to identify the reason? Well, eventually, at some point, one of the reasons that it took me a while to warm to Devin Haney was that I realized that, he ultimately half of the time he goes the distance, so I can't really call him a points fighter, or can I? Can I call him a points fighter? Because Vasily Lomachenko definitely is a points fighter. Well, that's my perception. That's many people's perception. However, Devin Haney has 51% KO ratio. Vasily Lomachenko has a 57%, almost 58% knockout ratio. That's closing in on the 60. Let's continue along this vein. Let's continue. Let's go. Ray. Let's go, Ray Leonard. Where is he? Dang. No, that's too many Ray Leonards. Let's go. Let's go. Common opponent. Let's go. Tommy Hearns. Okay, that's much better. Much better. Okay, let's go to Ray Leonard through Tommy Hearns. There's a reason. There's a reason I'm doing this, people. It's not random. There's a reason. There's a season. Okay. Let's go Ray Leonard. Hopefully I'm still sharing this Shiznix. Yep, I'm still sharing it. Where are we? Okay. Ray Leonard. KO ratio 62. Now, Ray Leonard's style does please me. Orthodox stance, or did please me. Orthodox stance, 62% ratio. I noticed when you get up in the late 50s into the 60s, then it's very pleasing to me. It's very pleasing to me. Okay, let us continue. Where are we? Hector Camacho, I did enjoy his style also. Where are we? Oh, 43%. That's not good. 43% KO ratio. Let's go Roberto Dubois, whose style I did enjoy. What's that? 58% KO ratio. Very similar to Lomachenko. But I think these cats, they continued a long time after their best, after their prime. Some of these cats, more so in the past. So their true KO ratio, if you take out the fights when they were just fighting to make some money, you take out them fights, then I think that would show a truer KO ratio. Some guys, they just continued fighting for a long, long time. Mismanaged money, perhaps. Just couldn't give up the game, perhaps. I don't know. Look at his last fight. Hector Camacho, 12 rounds. Talking about Roberto Duran. Patrick Gruson, unanimous decision, went the full distance. Pat Lawler, full distance. Omar Gonzalez, lost. William Jaffe, lost. Oh, what's that? TKO, jeez. That was a WBA middleweight. Okay. Felix Hernandez won, but that's 10 round, went the full way. Full distance. David Radford, full distance. Jorge Castro, full distance. Jorge Castro, full distance. So, see, in the latter years, when's this? 97? In the latter years, there's a lot of fights, almost filler fights. And Ray Leonard, was this the third fight? Or was this 89, 90? I never even seen this fight. Didn't even know it happened at the time. Full distance. So by 89, I mean, it was pretty much damn well over. But he fought, carried on fighting. How many fights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What the hell? Probably had like 30 fights. 30 fights after his prime. Holy hell, 103 fights. Crazy, yo. So that gives a very distorted picture. That gives a very distorted picture of his record. What's this here? Rafael Dawkins, please ask the people. if Brian Bomack would be a good boxing trainer for Daniel Dubois. I most certainly shall. I most certainly shall in due course. Okay. Bruce Gas up in the building. Okay. That's this here. Camacho, the only one to stop Leonard. Camacho. Wasn't that the end of his career? Wasn't that the end? 119. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. 103 wins, 119. So he had like what, 30 fights? 30, 40 fights after his prime. You know what I'm saying? So that's a distorted, so you get a distorted KO ratio. Very distorted. But even so, still got 58. If you took out 30 fights after his prime, you're probably up in the 75% region. Okay, so as we continue, where's Ray Leonard? Where's Ray Leonard? Dave Boy Green, I remember that fight. Where's Ray Leonard? Well, let's look at Wilfred Benitez. Heck of a fighter. 53 fights, 31 KOs. Okay. Let's have a look at his record. A lot of these cats carry on after their primes. Significantly after their primes. Damn. This is the 15-round era. Beat Duran. Over 15 rounds. Maurice Hope. Caribbean fella. Can't remember which island. Fighting out of the UK. Where is he? Maurice Hope. I remember him. Let's have a look now. We're looking for Ray Leonard. Okay. 62% KO ratio. 5'9", fighting out of the orthodox stance. Okay, so we're getting there. Tommy Hearns. 61 fights. Hold on a second. How many fights did Ray Leonard have? Wins. 36 wins, 25 by KO, 3 losses, 1 draw. Let's have a look at this here. Hector Camacho, we lost to him. What was that, the last fight of his career? Lost to Terry Norris. Unanimous decision. And of course, he lost to Duran in the first fight. But anyway, 62% knockout ratio. He didn't really go on too far past his prime. He stopped and started, whatever. Okay, let's get into Thomas Hearns. 71% KO ratio. And he was another one who carried on past his prime too. Let's see how far past. Aaron Barkley lost. Uriah Grant lost. Oh yeah. Okay, so he's another one. Went on past his prime. 61 fights. 61 wins, 48 by KO, 5 losses, 1 draw. A 71% KO ratio. Okay, we're getting there. And one of my personal favorites of all times, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. 67 fights, 62 wins, 52 by KO, the KO ratio of 77%. 67.6. Southpaw, height 5'8", reach 75 inches. I think that then the Hitman Hearns have an 81 inch reach. Something crazy. Where is he? Where's Hearns? Where's Hearns? Thomas Hearns. Oh, my bad. 78 inch reach. 78 inch reach. 78 inch reach, 71.5% knockout ratio. Yeah. Marvin Hagler, 77.6% knockout ratio. Okay. So I think you're beginning to understand where I'm going with this. Let me take a drink of my water. Okay. So let's circle back now to Devin Haney. And Vasil Lomachenko. Okay, Devin Haney, 51.7 KO ratio. Vasily Lomachenko, 57% KO ratio, 19 fights. 19 fights, 11 KOs, no KO losses. 35 years of age, 65.5 inch reach, southpaw. Devin Haney, 71 inch reach. Hold on, what was Lomachenko's reach? 65, 71. 65, 71. Orthodox versus unorthodox. 24 versus 35. 5'7" versus 5'8". Okay, so really not much of a difference in the height. It's about the reach. 71 versus 65.5. Okay. So where are we at? Let's have a look. Okay, so let's just have a glance at the chat before we get deeper into my soliloquy, my analysis. Benitez knockout of hope. I can't even remember that what happened. Can't remember what happened. I just remember watching it, but I can't remember what happened. Leonard turned 67 yesterday. 9. Marvelous Marvin's gun. 9. Aaron Daly up in the building. How do you do? They all went past their primes in those days, sure, but some of them more than others. Some of them really went past their prime. Some of them, I think Marvin Hagler was the only one who kind of just retired when he should have. He should have retired before the Sugar Ray fight, but Leonard kind of strung it out. Word is that Marvin Hagler had already checked out. Marvin Hagler had already retired. And then Leonard got word of that, and then that's when he made the offer, because they were supposed to fight years before that. But Leonard strung it out, tried to catch Marvin, at the best time for him, for Leonard, and at the worst time for Hagler. And he managed to do that and eke out a win. Some people say that Marvin won. I'm a huge Marvin fan, Hagler fan. And I feel that Leonard just kind of, what did he do it? What did he do? He kind of styled it out, kind of just eked it out. He kind of just outpointed at the end of the round, with them fast blitzes. I must say, it kind of pissed me off. Being such a big Hagler fan, that really peed me off. No question about it. Okay. So I think Hagler is probably one of the few who actually stopped when he should have stopped. Then they called him back for one more fight. He had the Pacheco brothers. Asked the Pacheco brothers what they thought. And they said, yeah, one more fight. You should be good with one more fight. Bad advice. He should have just left it. But anyway, that's history. I didn't think he didn't carry on for years after he should have stopped. So I admire Marvin Hagler for that. Marvin Hagler had his pro debut on this day in 1973. OMG. Made me $40. Dang. What's going on here? Then he came back after 3-year layoff and went right into Hagler with no tune-up. Yeah, you got to give him credit for that. But, me being a Hagler fan, I say that he should have retired. He pretty much was retired. And then Leonard, you could say, well, he should have been suffering from ring rust, but maybe I think Leonard had this fight in his mind at all times. And I think he'd been game planning for Marvin Hagler for years. So, he was ready. Marvin had already checked out when he came back. The Pacheco said, yeah, it's a good fight. We can do this. Let's go. Did they do it in his best interest or did they do it in their best interest? Hey, you know what I mean? That's up for speculation. But hey, we got the fight. Regardless of the fact that Marvin Hagler already checked out mentally. But anyway, it was still an interesting fight. So, yes. Okay. So I think you get where I'm going with this. My favorite fighters, they had a higher KO ratio than these cats. Devin Haney, 51%. And I struggle with that. I do struggle with that. George Kambosos, that went 12 rounds. Junior, the second fight. George Kambosos, delete that. George Kambosos, the first fight went 12 rounds. Okay, so he became the champion, became unified champion by beating George Kambosos. George Kambosos the first time defended his unified champion, undisputed championship, by the way. In the second fight. Okay, 12 rounds. Jojo Diaz, that went 12 rounds. That's last 3 fights. Yeah, okay. Jorge Linares, that went 3 fights. That went the full fight. That's 4 fights. Yorkis Gamboa, that went the full fight. That's 5 of his last fights. Alfredo Santiago, that went the full round. That's 6 of his last fight. Let's count that to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let the referee get some water. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Devin Haney's last 6 fights have gone the full distance. Okay, you can say, oh, at that level, yeah, that happens. At that level, that happens. But for me, I want to see stoppages. I want to see stoppages. Okay, Lomachenko, slightly higher knockout ratio, slightly higher. His last fight, Jermaine Ortiz, I feel he lost. I scored that fight round by round. To me, he lost. Lomachenko got tightened up towards the end, but I think for me, according to my scorecard, Jermaine Ortiz beat him. Jermaine Ortiz won more rounds than Lomachenko did. Okay, but Lomachenko got the nod. Lomachenko, I don't know, did he get a cup or something for that fight? He walked over and gave it to Ortiz. I think Lomachenko felt the same way. I think Lomachenko felt he lost too. That's just my opinion. Okay, so that went the full distance. With Ortiz, Richard Comey went the full distance. That's 2. Nakatani, credit where credit's due. He took him out of there. He took Nakatani out of there in the 9th round. Good performance. Teofimo Lopez, he lost. Luke Campbell went the full distance. Anthony Crawler stopped him. Well done. Jorge Pedraza went the full distance. Jorge Linares, he stopped. Rigondeaux, he stopped. Mariaga, he stopped. Sosa, he stopped. So you see, there's more stoppages. There's more stoppages. Loma has more stoppages under his belt. Higher knockout ratio. And that's a bit of a problem for me. It's a bit of a problem for me with Haney. Bit of a problem for me. It is a problem. I mean, I was talking about this yesterday, and someone said to me, "Oh, you think it's all about knockouts?" No, I don't think it's all about knockouts. But what I can tell you is that my favorite fighters, they had damn good KO ratios, especially when you take off the fights that they had at the end of their career, because historically, fighters have gone on too long. But particularly back in the 80s and 90s, maybe 90s, they went too long. They went on too long. So when you take off those excess fights that they shouldn't have been having, they have very good KO ratios. My problem with Haney is that it's interesting because Lomachenko is seen as a points fighter. I've said it myself. I've said, he's a points fighter. But when you look at it, he gets more knockouts. He gets more knockouts than Haney. He's had 19 fights, 11 knockouts. Haney's had 29 fights, 15 knockouts. So Loma's just got a higher knockout ratio, man. And I cannot overlook that. I cannot overlook that. Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, remember to ask the poll. Absolutely. I certainly shall when the time comes. Absolutely. Loma said he never lost in his mind. Well, who did he lose to? He lost to, how many losses he got? He's got 2 losses. Let's have a look at the first loss. Orlando Salido. Yeah, I think he lost that. There's not many people. Salido loses title being overweight. I think he lost that. And then Teofimo Lopez, I think he lost that too. Didn't start fighting until the 7th round, so he won the 7th, he won the 8th. He won the 7th, he won the 8th, he won the 9th, he won the 10th, he won the 11th. That's 5 rounds, but then he lost the 12th. So if he'd have won the 12th, that would have been 6 rounds apiece. He'd have kept his titles, but he lost the 12th. So then that meant that Teofimo Stevenson, according to my scorecard, won 7 rounds and Vasily Lomachenko won 5. So, but yeah, in his mind, he's still the champ. That's, I can relate to that. I don't agree with him, but I can understand. I don't agree, but I understand. He not only stopped some of these, but many quit on their stool. Yes. So he demoralized some of them. So, Vasily Lomachenko is the better stopper. He's the better stopper. Percentage-wise, he stops more people than Haney does. So he's the better stopper. Somebody asked me, do you think he can hurt Haney? Of course he can hurt Haney. You know what I mean? His record say so. Look at the people stopped on the stools. You know what I mean? So of course he can hurt Haney. Our people think that this is going to be some runaway train for Devin Haney. I really don't see it that way. I think that Haney's going to have his work cut out. Haney's advantages. What are Haney's advantages? Well, he's got a reach advantage. Not really that much of a height advantage. Only one inch height advantage. He has an age advantage. Is that going to be an advantage or disadvantage? I think it might be an advantage. It's 24 versus 35. So Haney has youth and reach on his side. Strength, yeah, you got strength on his side, but Lomachenko doesn't really rely on his strength. He relies on his speed, fleet of foot. So Lomachenko's advantages I see is speed. His Ukrainian dancing, that he does, that's also an advantage. The footwork, we're talking about the footwork. That's an advantage for Lomachenko. Haney, youth, reach, strength, question mark, because you have to be able to bring your strength to bear. It's all well and good having strength, but if you can't implement it, if you can't use it, if Lomachenko turns you and then gives you one on the way out, Devin Haney said that Loma's a dirty fighter. And I've commented on some of Loma's tactics before. Do I think Loma's a dirty fighter? I think he implements dirty tactics, absolutely. I've seen him hitting on the break many a time without getting a warning. Is that dirty? Yes. So he's got tricks, and there's the smaller man. You could argue, hey, maybe he needs a few tricks. Are you going to begrudge him a few tricks when he's so much smaller compared to some of these cats? You know what I mean? That's a counter argument. What's this? What's this here? I agree, Loma is delusional. Better stopper and better loser. Better stopper, better loser. Damn. I fight that to come in with some cryptic shiznicks. So what are we looking at? Haney's strengths. Well, okay, he's got a nice jab. Haney's strength is his simplicity. He keeps it simple. Some people enjoy that simplicity. It's a little bit of a problem for me, even though I preach that. Even though I preach good fundamentals. Do I find it scintillating? Which of the two fighters have caused me more moments of joy? That would be Vasily Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Does he employ dirty tactics? Yes, I've seen him employ dirty tactics. I have. And Devin Haney's called him a dirty fighter. But if you ask me which of the two I have found more scintillating, then I have to say That's Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko. Oh, let's go back in time. The Ortiz fight, Jermaine Ortiz. I thought he lost. I thought Jermaine Ortiz beat him. That one loss on his record comes at the hands of Vasily Lomachenko, but no, not to me. I mean, I did a show on it. Round by round, I scored it round by round, and Jermaine Ortiz beat him. According to my scorecard. If anybody wants to show me their scorecard, I'd be more than happy to see it. But Jermaine Ortiz beat him in my book. Did I enjoy the fight? I absolutely did. Jamel Herring. Yeah, I had a sense of foreboding when I saw how he beat Jamel Herring, how Ortiz beat Jamel Herring, Resorts World, Las Vegas. Yeah, I watched that fight. In the wee early hours of the morning, I said, this guy could beat Vasily Lomachenko. I just liked his work, his intelligence. Yeah, he tired against Vasily in the last round or so, or two. But I thought he built up a points lead, so he could afford to ease up a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I saw this cat and I thought, yo, this cat's one for the future. And so I was not surprised. When I watched him beat Vasily Lomachenko, in my humble opinion, right there. Enjoyable fight. I enjoyed it. Richard Comey, that went 12 rounds. I think you'll remember Lomachenko kind of waving the referee. Referee, stop the fight. I'm beating him so bad. Well, if you're beating him so bad, he went 12 rounds, brother. That's what you're doing, playing games. Yeah, bit of gamesmanship. Is gamesmanship dirty? I don't know. You tell me. Bit of gamesmanship there. If you're beating him so bad, why didn't you stop him? That's what I was saying. I was saying that during the fight. I was saying that down the fight. Yeah, he dropped him in the 7th. Well, he carried on to the 12th. Come on, why didn't you stop him if you were beating him so bad? Nakatani, yeah, credit to Vasily. Did a good job, took him out of there in the 9th round. Very nice performance, enjoyable. The Teofimo Lopez fight. Haney, Vasily didn't start fighting until the 6th round, maybe, and got into the full flow in the 7th. So what was that all about? Was it the arm injury? You have an injured arm, shoulder, something like that? But either way, you know what I'm saying? He lost that fight fairly squarely. Dropped Luke Campbell. Campbell down from a right in the 11th round, yeah. He dropped Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell hurt him to the body a couple times, I recall. I recall seeing Lomachenko wince and then get on his bike, do a bit of Ukrainian dancing. Anthony Cruller, yeah, took him out of there. Anthony Cruller, yeah. Wasn't really, I think Anthony Cruller was outclassed there easily. Jose Pedraza, yeah, 12-rounder. Pedraza down twice in round 11, so it shows there he's still going for it. He's still trying to get his man on up out of there. Jorge Linares. Some people forget that Linares put Lomachenko on his ass in the 6th round. Lomachenko returned a compliment in the 10th and won by a TKO. Guillermo Rigondeaux. Notorious fight. Was it a fight though? Did Rigondeaux fight? Yeah. Rigondeaux lost 1 point for holding in round 6. So was it come dancing? Did Rigondeaux do you think he was the wrong gig? Did he think he was booked in to star in Dancing with the Stars? You know what I'm saying? Huggy Bear style. Okay. He got taken out in the 6th. Miguel Mariaga. Mariaga down in rounds 3 and 7. Mariaga's corner stops the bout after round 7. Lomachenko cut eye from accidental headbutt. Round 4. So that's another one. Got taken out. Taken out. Yes, taken out most of his opponents. If not in open fighting, if not by cuts, he finished them on the stool. What we got here? Let's have a look. Philip Carl Roberts up in the building. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button as we continue in the analysis of Haney versus Lomachenko. So whose style do I find more appealing? Hey, like I said, I like finishes. I had a bit of a discussion yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I had a bit of a discussion, and my words were misconstrued. I think it was said that what I was saying was that I like KOs over everything. No, that's not what I'm saying. I just like high KO ratios. Because you can look back on these fights and say, yeah, I remember when he stopped this guy. That was a nice stop. I remember when he stopped that guy. What a nice liver shot. I remember stopped that guy. What a nice shot to the head. I remember when he stopped that guy. What a nice kidney shot, whatever. What a nice solar plexus shot. What a nice floating rib shot. You know what I mean? So knockouts, they're exciting. And if you're knocking your opponents out, that breeds excitement. That's what we want. I want to see knockouts, mate. My favorite fighters got knockouts. And the thing that concerns me about Devin Haney is that it's like a 50% knockout. You know, I might knock this cat out. I ain't gonna knock that cat out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His last 6 fights, he hasn't got a knockout. I mean, his last 6 fights, he hasn't got a stoppage. Abdelov, that was 7 fights ago, he stopped. Antonio Moran, that's 8 fights ago. He stopped. And Gonin, he didn't stop. Burgos, he didn't stop. Menard won. He made him retire. Some of these lesser cats, he stopped. But at the top level, can he stop the top guys? Can he stop the top guys? You know? Right about now, it doesn't look like he's stopping the top guys. The last 6 fights went the full distance. That's unfortunate to me. Bizzle up in the building. Uncle Bunt Apostrophe says, I just think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Haney. I think Loma gonna take it. Well, you see, that's interesting. Because now it comes down to the time for the Rafi to give his prediction on this thing. Let me just check something right here. Okay. Okay. Comes down for Rafi's prediction. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, before Rafi does his prediction, should have done this a while ago. But let's do it now, shall we? Who wins? Who wins? Haney? Loma? Oh, damn. Could I say a draw? No, I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to do that again. I have to give all the options. Who wins? Who wins? Question mark. Haney? Loma? What? Not llama. Loma. Not llama. Boom. Okay, so the poll will appear. What? Another poll appear? Is there another poll under there? Okay. All right. So can I get rid of that? Can that disappear? Okay. So who wins? Haney, Loma, Haney or Loma? That is the question. That is the question. Okay, I got rid of the first poll because I didn't include all of the options. Okay, so while you're occupied with that, what's this right here? Breaking news: Ryan Garcia is now trained by Derek James. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Haney by UD. Loma is done. Damn. That's the fight, doctor. Aaron Daly says Loma by controversial decision. Okay. Uncle Burnt apostrophe earlier on said, I just think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Haney. I think Loma's going to take it. Damn. Okay. What does the Rafi think? Get your votes in. I don't really want to say before you voted. Let me have a look at the poll. How many people have voted on the poll? Okay, get your votes in. How many people are in here? Let's have a look. Everybody who can vote, please kindly do so. The poll is up. Okay. Okay. So, I have a problem. Fighters who don't stop their opponents. I like high KO ratios. Can't apologize for that. Somebody said to me, well, listen, Pernell Whitaker only had a 36% knockout ratio. And that was a good counter to my argument because I was a fan of Pernell Whitaker, RIP. I'm a fan. Well, he only had a 36%. 36% knockout ratio. Does that mean he was a bad fighter? Absolutely not. He's one of the best that ever done it. You know what I mean? But nonetheless. But okay, but then in contrast, compare and contrast, we had a totally different style to Haney. He had a far more entertaining style. So I'll add a caveat. If you're not knocking people out, then at least have an entertaining style. You know what I mean? At least have a dynamic style. Haney is good at the fundamentals. You know, over here at the RDCR, the Rafi always preach about fundamentals. Fundamentals can take you around the world. Yeah, I say that and I stand by that. And Haney is an exponent of that. Haney is a student of that, a student of the basic fundamentals. And the basic fundamentals have taken Haney to the top, to the top of his field, top of his division, undisputed in his division. So you can't knock that. You can't knock that. But, you know, personally, I did enjoy the Kambosos fights. I did. What was the fights before that? Kambosos, Joseph Diaz. Yeah. It's okay. Jorge Linares. Yeah. Good fight. Yorkers Gamboa. Yeah, decent fight. You know, all going 12s. Showing that he's a great exponent of the fundamentals. But, you know, is it unfair to compare him with a Pernell Whitaker, who only had a 36% knockout ratio? You know, Pernell Whitaker, I found it far more entertaining. You know? But then, Haney might say, well, listen, man, I'm here to win, first and foremost. If you get a little bit of entertainment out of it along the way, then so be it. But Haney could say, oh, listen, man, my job is to win. And that's a valid argument. It's a valid argument. But am I wrong? Is the Rafi wrong to want to see a little bit of razzmatazz up in there? If you're not going to knock the guy out, give me some razzmatazz. Is that wrong of the Rafi? To ask for a little bit of slick movement, a little bit of slickness. I don't know, man. But that's a bit of a problem for me when it comes to watching Devin Haney. Congratulations to him on his very good fundamentals. It's taken him to the top of the division. Yes. But you know, the Rafi's favorite fighters, the Sugar Ray Leonards, even though it pisses me off that he beat Marvin Hagler, but you know, he's up there. You know, the Tommy Hearns, the Marvin Haglers, they got high KO ratios. Come on now. So I think I've given you plenty of time. I sense a difference of opinion. Yep. That's all good. Let me check what's happening with the poll. Get your votes in. If you have not voted already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Okay. So the poll is there, and I can see who's winning. Is there a whiff? Is there a whiff of an upset in the air? How's that? Because we do know that Lomachenko is the underdog. Loma's foot speed is slow. Yeah, well, the cat's 35. The cat's 35. Has his foot speed slowed? Yeah. Very likely. Who the hell's that cat? Very likely. Very likely. See Lomachenko. But has he got enough? I think he's got enough. To pull. Has he got enough to pull off the upset? Well, listen, this is how I put it. He's the underdog. So you put a couple of pounds on him, a couple of dollars on him, a couple of euros on him, a couple of yen on him. Hey, you might do okay. You might do okay. Okay. Pause there. I'll leave it up for 8 minutes ago. Is it only 8 minutes ago? Okay, we're going to leave that for another 10 minutes or so as we move on. What was that? Up there. Okay. 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 So let me adjust my screen. Let me adjust my screen. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, let's stop sharing that. Stop sharing that. And start sharing this. See what people are saying. Tank being aging out Loma. Respect to Haney. Yeah, I gotta give Haney respect, definitely. I mean, Haney, yeah, gotta give a shout out to Haney for taking on this challenge of this little Ukrainian magician. What am I saying? I'm saying Haney's the favorite. I understand why. Bigger, stronger. But can Lomachenko neutralize some of those strengths? I think he can. I think he can. Use those Ukrainian dancing feet. Work the body. 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 Change position. Work the body. Upstairs, downstairs. Upstairs, downstairs. You know, a little bit of footwork. A little bit of dirty dancing, hitting on the brake. No more. No more. Okay. So what we got here? Jeff Mayweather says Lomachenko must take risk or he loses to Haney. Yeah. He's got to be adventurous. He's got to be creative. That there is no doubt. But he's going to do that anyway. I think he knows if you don't take no risk, you know, get edged out. Easily edged out. You know what I mean? What did somebody say earlier on? What is that topic they brought up? Let's have a look. Garcia now trained by Derek James. Let's see if I can. Garcia now trained by Derek James. Let me see if I come across. Any article of that nature. I know that I read that he had an interest. I didn't know that was confirmed. I don't know if it is confirmed, but that's definitely interesting. What? Okay, so WBC president in favor of Jamal Charlo, fighting Demetrius Andrade next. What's that all about? What's all that about? all of a sudden, how long has he been out of the ring? How long has Jamal Charlo been out of the ring? Isn't it 2 years? Can we talk about this the other night? Isn't it 2 years? Let's have a look. Jamal Charlo. Jamal. OMG. OMG. Look what look what he says about him. Look what he says about him. No, not that. Not that. Just this. Jamal Charlo. Can you see this? Can you see this? Yeah. Jamal Charlo status inactive. Oh man. Jamal Charlo. Juan Macias Montiel. That was his last fight, and that was at Toyota Center, Houston. And that was the 19th of June, 2021. Where are we now? May? April, May? Yeah. Like 23 months down the line. 1 month short of 2 years down the line. 2 years down the line. And he's kept hold of his WBC World Middleweight Championship. He's kept hold of that for 2 years. What the hell's going on? You know what I mean? Is Mauricio Suleiman, is he getting some back pocket money? Is that what's going on? Is he getting some back pocket money? Is that what's going on? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Before that, Sergey Derevyanchenko. Yeah. Derevyanchenko was quite handy. Stopped Dennis Hogan in 7 and 12 with Brandon Adams, 12 with Korobov. Took Hugo Centeno out in 2. Jorge Sebastian Highland in 4. Juan Williams in 5. Austin Trout beat him over 12 rounds. Wilkie Campfort beat in 4. Cornelius Bondridge beat him in 3. Michael Finney. You know, this is what do you say to this list of names? What do you say to this list of names? It seems absent. It seems bereaved and bereft of big names, doesn't it? Didn't Danny Jacobs want him? At one point, when they talk about that, Danny Jacobs isn't on his record. Seems bereaved and bereft of big names. It's quite sad. Now he's been out for 2 years. It's quite sad to say the least. The WBC president says he's in favor of Jamal Charlo fighting Demetrius Andrade next. And that's Charlo's idea. Charlo's coming up with the ideas now. Taking them to the head of the organization, the governing body. If Charlo Andrade fight doesn't take place, Suleiman would like Jamal to take a 10-round tune-up and they defend against either the WBC interim Carlos Adams or the number 1 contender, Jamie Munguia. Okay. De La Hoya wants Jamal to be stripped of his WBC belt and the belt made available for Munguia and Sergey Derevyanchenko for next month's headline. I don't know if that's going to happen. Suleiman says he supports Jamal Charlo, who's been battling injury and mental health problems during his 2 years out of the ring. 2 years out of the ring. OMG. It's understandable why Charlo is willing to face the 35-year-old Andrade without a tune-up, given that he looked like he slipped a notch or two in his last performance against Demond Nicholson in January. Andrade won the fight by a one-sided 10-round unanimous decision, but Nicholson hit him a lot and he appeared to be dropped in the 5th round. The combination of inactivity and fighting exclusively weak opposition in his professional career caused Andrade's skill to erode badly, says the article. OMG. Anyway, so it looks like Charlo finally is ready to face Andrade now that he feels Andrade ain't looking so good. Hollow resume. Damn, looks like Sleepy Hollow. Looks hollow as hell. No mind. What's going on with the pole over there? Okay, I think I'm gonna knock the pole on the head. It's been 20 minutes. Let's end that shiznix. Reload this shiznix. And stop sharing. What's this? Stop that. Stop sharing that. Now let's have a look. Let us resume. When's that happening? Okay, we're sticking with the Charlos. What's this say? Okay. WBO orders Jamel Charlo to defend against Tim Tszyu by September 30th. OMG. Okay, so let's switch out Jamal to Jamel. There's the E on my computer board. Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look at this. See what I can see. Okay, Jamel Charlo. Okay, Jamel Charlo, let's have a look. What's going on here? KO ratio 51%. Hold on, what's his brother's KO ratio? Damn, what's going on? Jamal. Okay. Jamal's got the higher KO ratio of 68. Jamel 51. Okay. 6'1", Jamel. 6'1", Jamal. 73.5 reach, Jamal. 73-inch, Jamel. Undisputed. He's got all the belts. He's undisputed super welterweight or junior middleweight, however you want to say it. His last fight was against, that's a good fight. That was an entertaining fight. He stopped his opponent, Brian Castano, in the 10th round. Down twice in the 10th round was Castano. And that was in, what was that, May? Yeah, that was May of 2020. So it's a year, 12 months. It's 12 months ago. What's going on with these cats? PBC cats. Remember, the previous fight with Brian Castano was ruled a draw. And that was what? That was what, July 2021. Oh, so it took a full 10 months. I was at the ring for a full 10 months. And his previous fight before that was Jensen Rosario. That was a good knockout. Rosario down in 1-6 and 8. Wasn't that the belly punch knockout? Took a punch to the belly and that was all she wrote. Jason Rosario, the guy from the Dominican Republic. So that was September 2020. First fight with Castano was that was October 2020. His fight after that was Brian Castano in July 2021. That's what, 10 months later. And then 10 months after that was his rematch with Brian Castano. 10 months, better part of the year, So it's like fighting once a year. 19, I fought 2 times in 19, 2 times in 2018, 2 times in 2017, 1 time 2016, 2 times, in 2015. TBC guy, very inactive. Very inactive. Oh, damn. Where's the poll? Let me post up the results of the poll. Who wins, Loma or Haney? Only 12% of respondents said they felt that Haney would win. OMG. 25% felt it would be a draw, and 62% felt that Loma would emerge victorious. OMG. OMG. Okay, let me have a little looky. So, what's going on here? Let's drop that down. And let's share this Whoops. Cancel that. What's going on? Show that. Damn. You activated the scythe, bud. Those no votes have activated the scythe, bud. OMG. You really think so, scythe, bud? You really think so? There's a lot of people doubting your boy this side of the pond, scythe, bud. What's going on? OMG. I never got to vote, but Haney got this. I just closed down the poll, my friend. You was a couple minutes too late. So you missed out on that. What's going on, though? What's going on? Somebody asked me to do a poll. On if Bomac. Well, let's give some choices then. Let's give some choices. Who should train Dubois? Who should train Daniel Dubois? Triple D. Daniel. Let's go, Daniel. Dynamite Dubois. I don't know. What's the options? Well, he was with Shane McGuigan, obviously. He's left Shane McGuigan. Who's another top trainer over here in the UK? We got some people filing in now. We got the H money up in the area. Hey, how you doing, H? Good to see you up in here. Ronnie Shields. That's a good call. Yeah, get your vote, get your opinions in. Who should train Daniel Dubois? Let's go with Ronnie. Ronnie Shields. Let's go with Ronnie Shields first. Let's go with what about Ben Davidson? Ben Davidson. Let's go with, that's an option. Let's add another option. That's a good one. Another one. Dang, that was it. Posted it up before I actually wanted to. Okay, I'm reloaded. Yeah, man, good to have you up in here, H Mount 9. What's going on? Bomac would be a good boxing trainer for Daniel Dubois. I think so. Who's Kell Brooks' trainer? That's Ingle, Dominic Ingle. That's a good call. Why not Dominic Ingle? That's a very good call. David Hay. Oh yeah. What's that cat's name? What's his name? What's the name of the guy who trained David Hay? I know you're talking about the little short fella. Yeah. The little short fella. Liam Smith. Who does Liam Smith train under? Was it Tesco Joe? Who does Liam Smith train under? Is it Tesco Joe? I've forgotten. That's a good question. Salas trains who? Salas trains who? Who's Salas train? I know Salas trains Joe Joyce. Oh, Liam Smith. Really? Liam Smith trains under Salas. Really? Dang, didn't know that. That's interesting. So hold on, you're telling me that? So you're telling me? David Hay? You're telling me that Salas trains David Hay? Did he? Salas trained David Hay. I didn't. David Hay trained under. David Hay trained under. What's that short fella called? Anyway, I'll leave you guys to decide that. I got things to do. WBO orders Jamel Charlo to defend against Tim Tszyu by September. That's the one. Adam Booth. Yeah, Adam Booth. That's the one. Adam Booth was David Hayes' trainer. Would he be good for Daniel Dubois? Good question. But we only had a certain amount of options. At the time, he came in with these options later on, so it is what it is. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah. So WBO orders Jamel Charlo to defend against Tim Tszyu by September the 30th. OMG. While the Charlos have been chilling out, one with injury and mental health issues, what's this cat's excuse? I mean, okay, Jamal done been losing his mind, split up with his woman. She got 5 kids for him. If a woman's got 5 kids for your son, I got 99 problems, but ain't one. If a woman's got 5 kids for you, it's probably best you just stick around. You've already done major bet. You done major bet. You might as well just stick around, brother, because you're gonna be poor. How much child support are you gonna be paying for the woman? Then you've got to pay for a new house. You've got that big old house with the fountain. You got the big mansion. You're gonna be living there alone. What the hell's going on? You have 5 kids with a woman and you're making a little bit of money, but you ain't fought in 2 years. So how much money do you really have? His woman came out on Instagram and said he was broke. He ain't fought in 2 years. He's broke. Has he been managing his money? You know what I mean? You don't get paid weekly in this game, although it's Al Heyman. He might be breaking you off $20 here, $20 there, according to Adrian Broner. You know, you ain't earned no money in 2 years. You got a wife who's had 5 kids for you, and you're breaking up with her, so now you got to pay for 2 accommodations. It's all on you. You got to pay for that big old mansion that you're living in with the fountain in the front garden, and now you got to pay for another house for your lady. I mean, it just don't make sense, brother. It don't make sense. We're not talking about Jamel. We're talking about Jamal, but now we're talking about Jamel again. Can't make her stay. I think she wanted to stay. I think it's him that kind of gave her the Hey. I think it's him that gave her the heave ho. Well, that's the way I perceive the story to be. It seemed to me that she wanted to stay, he wanted her to go. Should I stay or should I go? McNally is Smith's current trainer, showing promise. That's cool. Yeah, I think she wanted to stay. That's my impression. But yeah, Jamel has been out for a year. Why? Why are you a champion fighting once a year? What the hell is that all about? That don't make no sense. But yeah, you might come a cropper now. You might regret it now because Tim Tszyu ain't no joke. Yeah. So while you was chilling, I should have been busy. A champion should be fighting 2 times a year, as far as I'm concerned. You know, keep your skills sharp. And now Tim Tszyu has been fighting regular, and now they're looking for you to come back. Yeah, this could be a Waterloo, brother. You know what I mean? Sitting down idle. What do they say? Nero fiddled while Rome burned. Yeah. What are you gonna do now? By the time this fight comes around, you've been out of the ring for what? Your 1.5 years? When's your last fight? What is that? June? May 2020. So that's a year. That's a year this month. A year this month. Now, what's that? May, June, July, August, September. So you got 4 months. You got 4 months to prepare. So by that time, you've been out of the ring for what? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months. 16 months. Is Jamel going to need a warm-up fight? Or is he going to go straight in with Tim Tszyu? Because Tim Tszyu ain't no joke. No choke. No joke. Yeah? So what's he going to do? Either fights Tim Tszyu or vacates or gets stripped. This is from the WBO. The WBO want that fight. So what's Jamel going to do? What you gonna do? Yeah, man. That's why you should be fighting regular, at least. To me, at least 2 times a year. At least 2 times a year. Worst case scenario, 2 times every 14 months. Yeah. So what's that? Every 7 months? Every 7, 8 months. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario every 8 months. Every 8 months. That should be the worst case scenario to me. But hey, you made your bed. You put yourself in this position, and now you either fight him or you vacate. This is the WBO. They're not playing around. They're not playing no games. Not on mine. I ain't playing no games. Okay. So let me end that poll now. Let me end that poll now. What are we gonna do? Oh, dang. I forgot to mention. Let's talk about Daniel Dubois a little bit. Is that the poll? That was a Daniel Dubois poll anyway. Okay, so where is it? Where's the results? Let me refresh my screen, reload. In your own time when you're ready. Oh, nothing's happening. Okay. This is the topic, isn't it? Let's paste that. Let's show that. Okay. Who should Daniel Dynamite Dubois train under? Ben Davidson, Neil Point, Bomac 14%, Sugar Hill Stewart 28%, Ronnie Shields 57%. Me? Who would I say? I'd say Dominic Ingle. If you want footwork, Dominic Ingle, son of Brendan Ingle. Brendan Ingle, trainer of Errol Bomber Graham, who was the predecessor of Nassim Hamed. Nassim Hamed got his style not really from Brendan Ingle, but he got his style from watching Harold Bomber Graham. Harold Bomber Graham says in his autobiography that he is the originator of the Brendan Ingle style. So in actual fact, the Brendan Ingle style was Harold Bomber Graham style. Because Harold Bomber Graham makes the point, well, which Ingle fighter fought like me before me? That's not Brendan Ingle's style. That's Harold Bomber Graham's style that you saw in Nassim Hamed, who came after Harold Bomber Graham. You know what I mean? Just giving you a little bit of the genealogy of the situation at the Ingle gym. Harold Bomber Graham came before Nassim Hamed. Never forget. Never forget. And now, Triple D, Daniel Dubois. Let's bring that down. Let's, as a matter of rat-tat-tat-tat. Where the gaddy got. Okay. Let's take off these. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Let's have a looky. Let's see if we can bring up Damn. So I've been talking all this time on mute. How unfortunate. Okay. So show the screen like so. Boom. 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 So if you haven't heard, Daniel Dubois has left Shane McGuigan. He's now with the trainer, longtime trainer of Derek Chisora. Goes by the name of Don Charles. Excuse me. Okay, so as we've done Charles now, people are saying, hold on a second. What? It's been said. I think Spencer Fearon said that, it's a footwork thing. It's a footwork thing. He's going up against the southpaw. Dubois is orthodox. Going up against the southpaw. Was his last fight against Loreno, the South African cat Loreno, something like that, who happens to be a southpaw. Was that in preparation for Usyk? Was that in preparation for Usyk? If it was, it was a tricky one. Blew out his knee in the first round, and then, it was rocky. It was rocky roads. Until he finished Loreno in was it the fourth? I think he took him out in the fourth, didn't he? Took him out in the fourth. Dubois took him out in the fourth. Split with Shane McGuigan. People are asking questions. What the hell is going on? Why have you left McGuigan? McGuigan's kind of gave some cryptic stuff. Oh, yeah, it was McGuigan's kind of giving the impression that he let Dubois go, which is not what I've heard. Dubois You know, his father plays a big role. His father is the guidance. He's a shepherd. He's a shepherd guiding his 11 kids. He seems to be doing a damn good job with them. 5 out of the 11, you know, have gone through some kind of boxing, and one of the 11 is now appears to be about to be in contention for a fight with the unified heavyweight champion. Unified. Alexander Usyk. But now, split. Why did he split? If you really want to know, go check out my video on the topic. Video is Daniel Dubois splits with Shane McGuigan ahead of Usyk clash. That's where the secrets are revealed. That's where the bodies are buried. If you're interested, go check it out. If not, keep it moving. Anyway, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Okay, so does seem a good match, to be honest. Least personality wise, which can obviously account for what? Which match you talking about? What's this? Remember Brian Bomack trained Terence Crawford? Well, so Brian Bomack would be a book. Why? How did? Are you trolling me right now? What do you mean? Because he trained Crawford, he'd be good for Dubois? You sure? You sure about that? Are you sure about that? It's a lot of components, a lot of moving parts. The Bomack, they're not the same people. But because one guy, was it Virgil Hill? Virgil Hill who trains, was it Hill or Hunter? Is it Virgil Hunter who trained Andre Ward? He's now training Joshua Buatsi. But Joshua Buatsi ain't no Andre Ward. You know what I mean? So it doesn't stand that if one trainer trained, who else did Angelo Dundee? Who else did Angelo Dundee trained? Muhammad Ali. Which other Muhammad Ali did he train? You know what I mean? He didn't turn anybody else into a Muhammad Ali because Muhammad Ali is Muhammad Ali. Andre Ward is Andre Ward. Terence Crawford is Terence Crawford. I don't think it adds up that if a trainer fights one good guy, that makes him a great trainer. I'm not sure. Bomack, yeah, he's got a nice little stable. It's got a bunch of cats. So, yeah, he's a very good trainer. But it's not on the basis of his work with one man. Nah. Not on mine. Daniel Dubois doesn't strike me as someone who would train abroad. I think he needs a mentor as well as a trainer. He should train with Adam Booth. Look at what he done for David Hay. Aggressive, explosive style. Yeah, that's a good call. Dubois and Mr. Charles. Yeah, I think that's a good call too. That's what's happening. I like it. That's exactly what I was saying. Booth can give him the angles as well as confidence. Booth. Angles as well as confidence. Hey, that's interesting. That's interesting. There's some interesting calls. Absolutely. Absolutely some interesting calls. Don Charles. Everybody knows Don Charles for working with Chisora. I say, well, where's the footwork there? Well, that's Chisora's style. You know, you take a guy's style sometimes and you work with that style. But apparently, Don Charles got a lot more to show, a lot more to give. So I'd be very, very interesting. I'm interested in seeing how this liaison goes. I want to see their liaison. Um, Adam Booth was there. They didn't pick him. They picked Don Charles. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens going forward with this liaison, with this union of Don Charles versus what Don Charles with Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois. Okay. If you want to know more about that, go check out the video. Check out the video. Hit that like button. If you've not already hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you've not already hit the subscribe button, and if you want to go the extra mile, go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and share the video. All up in the video. Okay. I'm reloaded. What's going on? Enjoying this music, I must say. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Ha. Well, there's a lot of news. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. Yeah, I heard that. Ryan Garcia just joined Derek James. It's going to be interesting. I think who mentioned that before? Was it Aaron Daly? I think it's going to be interesting to see what Derek James can do with Ryan Garcia. Hey, maybe Joshua can get some. Is Ryan Garcia a southpaw? Is he a southpaw? I thought he was a southpaw. What was it? Ryan King Rye. Ryan Garcia. Oh Lord, how many Ryan Garcias are there gonna be? Okay, thank goodness for that. 79% KO ratio. What am I looking at this for? There must be a reason why I'm looking at this. I can't remember why. I'm doing what I'm doing. Ryan Garcia. Why did I pull up his box rec? Can't remember. Strange. Okay. What am I sharing? No. Nada. Okay, so his stance. Yo, I appreciate that. He's orthodox. Damn. He's orthodox. Why did I think you were southpaw? It was Gervonta Davis that was southpaw versus orthodox. Okay. And what's the pertinence of his stance? Oh, I was gonna crack a joke that he could jump in there and give Joshua some southpaw training. I don't know what I was thinking. Excuse that. Forget about all that. Yeah, appreciate you jogging my memory there. Don't know what I was thinking. Must have lost my damn mind. So what? It's interesting that I should pull this one up because this was on my mind. Let's have a look how that looks. You want to make this a little bit bigger? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can. How that look? Okay. Okay. It stands indeed, and the red-gloved militant up in the building. How do you do, Red Glove? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. It's really weird because I was really tired before this thing started. I had a busy day. Got home, got some good grub. What the hell? What the hell? Dang. Anyway, yeah, and I felt really sleepy, but I thought, nah, certain things I want to talk about, particularly, Haney versus Lomachenko and Don Charles training, Daniel Dubois. Doing very well, Rafi. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle. We got some good weather over here in the UK. Certainly Middle Earth, in the Midlands, the Heartlands, the Midlands, where the Rafi's from. We're having a spell of really nice weather. Really nice weather. Ralph is particular about the particulars. Hell, dang, gotta get the bell for that. No joke. Particular about the particulars. That's some true words right there. Yeah, I got some real good weather, so you know that lifts everybody's spirits. So WBA will order Usyk versus Wilder next if Dubois is unable to fight in the summer. And I shouldn't laugh, but I just saw Shelly Finkel just here. Let me blow this up because I hadn't noticed him. And do you remember? Do you guys remember when they had the press conference? I think it was one of the first press conference, Wilder versus Fury, and Shelly Finkel was sitting on a stool, and there was a melee. And I was pushing and shoving, and next thing you just see Shelly Finkel. It's really not funny because the man must be 100 by now. It's really not funny, and he got pushed, and the stool just went back, and he just landed flat on his back as a 100-year-old, and he just looked around for a second and stood right back up again. You know what I mean? That would have taken out many a younger man. But Shelly Finkel, you know, some people call him Dave. You know the film about the alien boy, Dave. Yeah, some people start calling him Dave because man just got up like an alien. You know what I mean? Shizzle was crazy, yo. Good evening, Mr. Dawkins. Apparently, the Don Charles danced with the Pasadenas in the mid-80s. OMG, and a lot of people probably don't even know who the Pasadenas are. I think I remember, did I do a tune? I'm doing fine now without you, baby. I'm doing fine now. Let's have a look at the Pasadenas. Pasadena, yeah, they really did that. The Pasadenas. I ain't seen this, 10 years ago? Version 2 with Girl. The Pasadenas. I'm doing fine now. Top of the pops. Top of the pops. For those people not from the UK, Top of the Pops was some TV show that used to come on once a week. You know, showed you what tunes on the top of the hit parade. Top of the hit parade, and I hope I'm not sharing this. I don't want to get in trouble. Don't want to get in trouble with no bad day. Let's see if we can do a few seconds of the dancing. Can we pick out Don Charles? I don't know. Can you pick him out? Don Charles was a dancer in the Pasadenas. No Pasa Pasa. That might be him actually. Pasadenas, we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that in a second. What do you mean it wasn't funny? It was hilarious. OMG, we seen the what side did we expose that time in that show when I realized I was surrounded by homicidal maniacs? What show was that? I realized I was surrounded by a bunch of killers. He might be old, but he's spry. Yo, he got up like Dave. He had him like nothing. Like it was nothing. Fell flat off the stool on his back. And he just looked around for a second and got back up again. Enough man would have been in traction. Enough man would have been, in full body traction after that. It's crazy, yo. Fell over flat on his back and he just got up like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? The average man would have had a concussion. Good Lord. You know what I mean? Where we at? Top of the Pops, legs. What was it? Hot? Was it Pans People? Pans People or Pants People? Pans People. And then it was Legs and Co. Pants People, Legs and Co. Or was it Legs and Co. then Pants People? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But apparently Don Charles, who said that earlier? Yeah. That was Timothy Thomas. Timothy Thomas. Yeah, okay. So let's come back to Deontay Wilder in a moment. Look at Dave. Look at Dave here. Oh, there he is, Dave. Okay, but we're gonna have to come out of that for a second, and we're gonna have to see if we can find Don Charles. Where is Don Charles, for goodness sakes? Don Charles, stand up. Will the real Don Charles please stand up? Where is he? Is that him? Don Charles? Is that him there? I get a funny feeling that might be him. Let's see. Yeah, this is awkward. I don't want no problems with the copyright people. It's going to be very difficult to... Let's see if I can see which one's Don Charles. So this is Top of the Pops, the Pasadenas. Was a British kind of R&B kind of soul band. And they had some... Was he just a singer or was he a dancer too? So you're wondering which one's Don Charles. That's not Don Charles. He wasn't a singer. Oh, this guy looks like Giggs. I don't know if you know Giggs. Different generation. I guess they're doing some dancing there. I wonder if we're allowed to show a bit of the dancing there. No, is that Don Charles there? That's too much hair, surely. Here today, gone tomorrow. The guy looks like the guy who's in Red Dwarf. I don't know. Either one of them Don Charles, I don't know. No, I don't think it's either one of them side. It must be one of the two on the other side. On the other side. Camera angle's really bad. It's not showing the other cats over there. What's going on? Am I even showing this? That would be hilarious if I wasn't. What's going on here? Let's have a look. Pasadena's. I wonder what else, because this was a mid-pace tune. I wonder if they had a faster one, where you could see some of the. What's going on here? Yeah, maybe this wasn't the most high tempo tune of theirs. Pants People, that's the one. Ah, yes, I actually heard him say that. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Craig Charles. I didn't mean Craig Charles. I meant the other guy, the guy with the funny teeth. Looks like he had the guy with the vampire teeth. That one, Red Dwarf. Check to see which one's wearing mitts. What, riding on a train? What's riding on a train? Who's riding on a train? I haven't been on a train in a while. Anyway, we're not gonna get no joy from that one. I'm doing fine now without you, baby. Riding on a train. Okay. Oh, okay. They got some dancing going on in riding on a train, but Rafi ain't gonna get. Oh, that might be Don Charles. Is that Don Charles? Am I even showing this? Damn, that's dangerous. I didn't mean to be. That was unintentional and dangerous. Dangerous. Let me stop sharing that. Let me see if I can find Don Charles without getting any issues. Let's have a look. Trying to pick out which one's Don Charles. Yeah, they got some moves for sure. But I can't tell which one's the young Don Charles. Could be any one of them. Doing solo jobs right now, trying to get the whole. Okay, let's show you a few seconds of this. What do I think about Moses Atuma? That young guy is 18 years old. He's 18-year-old. Looks like he's full of promise. He's had an amateur career as well, so he's different from a lot of these cats who come in when they're 18. He's only 18 now. He's had an amateur career, had an amateur past, so that's great. There you go. It's that cat guy, yeah, with the fangs. It's the cat guy with the fangs. Yeah. Him. So Moses Atuma, full of promise. He might be a bit short for heavyweight, but kick can bang. So, full of promise. Don't forget to smash that like. As a matter of fact, rat-a-tat-tat. Yeah, let me show you a little bit of this. Hope YouTube don't try to F with the Rafi. Hey, Twitter. I want to share the show with Twitter. And what happened? Let me show you what happened. I'm going to look at this riding on a train thing in a second. Rafi don't ride on a train thing. So, okay, so look at this. I'll come back to the ride on the train thing in a second. Apparently Triple D disowned McGuigan because he couldn't teach him foot movement. Ross. Well, if that ain't McGuigan's speciality, then you gotta go with one of the Pasadenas. You gotta go with one of the Pasadenas. Hopefully, no pasa. Go to one of the Pasadenas. So check this out. I went to advertise my thing on Twitter, and this was the message I got. Look at this. Can you see that? Whoa, plenty. He's got, what's his name? Olacole's left. Dubois left. Was it Caroline? He's got Billum Smith, Caroline, plus about 8 others. The gym's full. He's got a helper, but still, there's enough people in there all times. Brian Beaumac would definitely be a good boxing trainer for heavy. Oh gosh. Yeah, Brian Beaumac, he's one trainer of many, my friend. There's plenty others. I mean, come on now. Why do they all have to go to America? You got Adam Booth over here. You got Tesco Joe. You got Shane McGuigan. You got you got Ben PT. You got PT. You got personal trainer Ben Saunders, Ben Davidson. You got Don Charles. You got a whole slew. You got what's his name? Xavier Miller. You got a whole slew of trainers, other than Beaumac. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Danny John Jules. So yeah, I go to Twitter, go to post up my stuff, and Ben David Brent. Go to post up my thing, and what do I see? I see this thing. Thanks for your. Oh, it wasn't appeal. It says, oh, it's a different thing. You never said thanks for your appeal. It was you have been temporarily restricted from Twitter for an offensive post. And then it shows you the post I made, and the post says should have gassed him first. Yeah, that's what I wrote. Should have gassed him first. Okay, and they said that was an offensive tweet. Well, what I was responding to was a post where somebody saying, "Look how brave these English or these British police are," and it was some British police, some English police, England, Scotland, or Wales, wherever. And they were they had a stab-proof vest, fine, but then they had no sleeves. Must have been the summer. I've seen the video before. Must have been the summer. They had no sleeves, so their arms were bare. Don't think they had any gloves. There's slash-resistant gloves. They had none of that. No slash-resistant sleeves. And they was dealing with a man who had 2 large knives. 2 long kitchen knives in his hand, one in each hand. And he was in you call them apartments in America, we call them flats. Sometimes you call them apartments too. And he was in an apartment, flat, call it what you will, in a corridor area, and they had him kind of pinned in because they had the corridor door kind of, which was all glass. They had it closed. They had we call them coppers over here. You call them cops, we call them coppers. So they had a copper outside that door, holding that door. Oh, I can't even bring up the video because they don't let me access Twitter. Okay. And there was the caption was, "Look how brave our police are." And I wrote, "I don't like the lack of protective gear. They should have more protective gear on." 1. And then 2, I wrote, well, they should have gassed him first, because what happened was, at the right time, the guy with the taser Yeah, there's a guy with a taser, the cop with the taser. The cop with the taser told the guy, yeah, open it now. So the cop who's holding the door closed, he opened it and he tased the guy. The cop with the taser tased the guy with the two knives, Johnny Two Knives. So he tased Johnny Two Knives, but Johnny Two Knives, he didn't give up immediately. He was like, ah. So he's kind of thrashing about when they're trying to restrain him. So I said, yo, I didn't like that. I didn't like the lack of protective gear. And I tweeted another tweet after that, which said what this said: should have gassed him first, which is what I feel. They should have gassed him first. Give him a dose of gas, disorientate him, then tase him, gas him, then tase him. Yeah? Rather than just tase him and he's still thrashing about. So it looked dangerous. I said gas him, should have gassed him first. And because of that, they regard that as an offensive tweet. So obviously the Rafi has appealed that. Thanks for your appeal. You appealed one tweet. Yeah. Please note that while we review your appeal, you won't be able to access your Twitter account. We'll take a look and we'll respond as soon as possible. If you'd rather just delete the content, you can. Delete the content. If I delete the content, then I don't know. There's still a countdown process. You delete the content and there's still an issue. Still a countdown process. So, damn, they cut me off. So, cut me off. You're a funny guy. OMG. So anyway, it is what it is. What was I talking about? Twitter. Can't remember. Maybe I was going to show you something on Twitter. But anyway, so that's that. And then let's get back to the Pasadenas. Let's see some of this foot movement if we can get some. Let's see if we can catch some of this footwork. OMG. Pasadenas. What up? Okay, let's go. Let's see if I can give you a few seconds of this. Let's go. Catch the footwork. There's no footwork. There's suitcase work. That's rubbish. Suitcase work instead of footwork. What's going on? We're looking for the footwork. We're looking for Don Charles's. We're looking for Don Charles's footwork. We can't see no footwork. We're just seeing. Is there any footwork here? Hold on. Yeah, not really. We're trying to find Iron Kong. We're trying to find Don Charles's footwork. Trying to find Don Charles's. Oh, a bit of footwork there.
Yo, hey, I'm wondering what the hell is this? Are you saying Don Charles don't teach football?
No. Daniel Dubois left Shane McGuigan to go over with Don Charles.
Has he?
Yes, but well, apparently, it's shrouded in mystery. Shane McGuigan is giving the impression that he's inferring, so he's throwing some subliminals that he let Dubois go because he was what? He's inferring that he was given some kind of ultimatum. He's inferring all kinds of things, but it's a lot of smoke screen from the basic truth. And I think the basic truth is that Daniel Dubois left him because he couldn't devote enough time to Daniel Dubois one-on-one. Daniel Dubois wanted some one-on-one training, but Shane McGuigan's got a full house. But instead of Shane McGuigan saying that, he's kind of inferring, there's a family, sometimes family have disputes. He's inferring all kinds of crap. When really, Daniel Dubois left him because he's got too many people, and Daniel Dubois wanted some one-on-one training for the Usyk fight. Oh, and the key point here is that Dubois has left McGuigan, and he's gone over to Don Charles on the advice of Spencer Fearon. And Don Charles, people say, why go to Don Charles if he wants footwork? And the point is that this group is called the Pasadenas, and they were known for their dancing. And unbeknownst to any of us, Don Charles who I think might be this guy here. Now look at the profile. Don Charles was a member of the Pasadena.
Stop.
No,
What?
no. Don Charles, who I believe is this guy here.
No, that ain't
true. Put a beard on him. Take the
No.
hair off. Cut the hair off.
Don Charles, Derek Chisora, Don Charles?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes. Was a member of the British soul band called the Pasadenas. And this is him here, folks. I'm saying this is Don Charles right here. I see the profile now. And you can see the hairlines going up already. So this here is Don Charles. That's what I'm telling the people. Let's get him back. Let's get him back. That's his head back. On. Don Charles, peeps. This is Don Charles right here, I believe.
Nah, Rafi, none of these people look like that. No, Rafi, you sure you're getting this information correct?
Don Charles was a member of the Pasadenas. Facts. F-A-C-K-T-S. Facts. As that's the Fight Doctor spelling.
Nah, I mean, I just pull him up. I don't see no Don Charles in as part of the Pasadenas.
What did you pull up?
The Pasadenas on Google.
All right, let me pull up Don Charles Pasadenas. Don Charles Pasadenas. Yes, Pasadenas. Do you mean Don Charles Pasadenas? Interview Don Hall. Pasadena's most expensive home. It's what? The music group. Don Charles, Pasadena's music group. Music group. OUP. The Pasadenas, I'm doing fine now. We never knew until Spencer. I mean, this is coming from Spencer Fearon, and this is the knowledge. So if Spencer Fearon says it's the truth, then that's what it is.
That would be the craziest thing.
Well, it is. That's what it is. Don Charles was in the Pasadenas as per Spencer Fearon, and he knows.
Right, okay. Right.
That's facts. F-A-C-K-T-S.
So
Fight doctor voice. F-A-C-K-T-S.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Shane McGuigan seems to be a guy who tends to lose people. Not that he has any shortage of people coming to him.
Well, let me butt in for a second. Yeah. What's that girl Cameron who's fighting?
Chantel.
Chantel Cameron. Okay. Well, do you know that she was trained by McGuigan?
Yeah, well, it was some nastiness, and it broke up. Some nasty.
Well, exactly. There's a court issue, court injunction or something, where she can't say what happened, why she left him. But she does say it was traumatic. She never wants to see him again. She doesn't want to be in the same place as him again. So he has a habit of losing people. I mean, we can't take that and say, so he must be a bad guy. But he has a habit of losing people. Now, you look at the Frampton situation, maybe that's not fair because that was, mind you, Frampton wanted to leave him. But you look at the Josh Taylor situation, and that's different because Josh Taylor really left because of his father, Barry, and their business, their promotion business. They were taking a heck of a chunk of the money. The McGuigans as Barry McGuigan as a promoter, but he wanted to stay with Shane McGuigan, the trainer. But there's something going on there. A lot of people leave there, so there's something going on there. And even the way he's couched this thing, why Dubois leaving, he's made it look like something almost unsavory. Oh, families have problems, and what? You just don't want to train with you no more. You got why are you throwing up these smoke screens and making it look like it's some kind of family struggle? And he even couched it in such a way that it made it seem as if he was saying Daniel was saying it's me or my sister. He said there's some, you know, he said there was an ultimatum and I chose Caroline, inferring that he was told that he either had to train one or the other, you know, and I chose Caroline. And so he's just throwing up this smokescreen thing when the truth is just simpler. And it's been told to me the simple truth is that McGuigan has got so many guys that he's what's the expression? I don't know. The butter's too thin on the bread or something, but he's spreading himself too thin. There you go, spreading himself too thin. The top guys, they want more time, one-on-one time. He can't give that. So, you know, Okoli's gone to Sugar Hill, one direction, and Dubois has gone to Don Charles. You know, as simple as that. I mean, but McGuigan don't say that. He's coming up with inferring all kind of things, making things look all surreptitious. You know what I mean? It's he's just making things look funny. He's just, when all it is that, yeah, listen, people need more one-on-one time. That's simple. You know what I mean?
I would agree with that. I think it gets to a point where, you know, it's all well and good to be one of the guys in the gym. Like you see Anthony Joshua. You know, it's weird because me and people like Lisa Bales and the UGC guy were just talking about because Ryan Garcia announced that he's now with Derek James.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And the conversation with them was that if Ryan kind of humble himself down,
yeah,
it might work.
Mm.
But he, you know, he has a certain delusions, a certain arrogance about him, which all fighters have. Yeah. All fighters have a certain delusion to them, a certain arrogance to them.
Mm.
But Ryan Garcia has a lot of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
But Derek James has quite a few people too. He has Errol, Jermel.
I was thinking that.
Martin.
Yeah.
No AJ.
Yeah.
And he has Ryan. No, with Joshua, it's not that Joshua was never really an arrogant guy, but he was always obviously the main guy in the gym.
Yeah.
With Derek, he's not the main guy in the gym.
No.
So for him, he went backwards, where he was the main guy. He's not the main guy.
Yeah.
Dubois is going the other way, where he wants to be the focal point.
Yes.
Maybe it's just different times in their career, and different people need different things. I agree with him. He needs maybe a different training where it's focused squarely on him. Some people need that. At this point in AJ's career, he probably don't need that. And he probably would benefit from observing people. Because I saw the reason I brought up AJ was because I see Timothy Thomas talk about changing trainers, and he brought up AJ as an example for Dubois in terms of is Dubois trying to follow Anthony Joshua's lead. And so I'm saying not really. These two have gone different directions.
Yes.
Joshua has gone the other way, where he's no longer the main guy, and he's just a person in the pack.
Yeah.
Dubois has now gone where he wants to be it.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it depends on who he, like Don Charles. Let me ask you, Rafi. The only person I know Don Charles to train is Derek Chisora. I don't know if he train nobody else.
Yeah. What's the question?
How you see Don Charles working with Dubois? You know Dubois' deficiencies.
Yeah.
Does he lessen those deficiencies, or is he going to do it just work on his strengths and just build on his strengths?
Well, according to Spencer Fearon, there's an issue with footwork, and Don Charles is an excellent dancer. We didn't get to see that with Chisora. Because Chisora is a different style. Chisora didn't go to him for that. But apparently, when it comes to footwork, Don Charles is a Don. He knows. He's a footwork specialist. And apparently that was a deficiency. Allegedly, that was a deficiency. The footwork stuff was a deficiency over at McGuigan's. Apparently, that wasn't one of his strengths. Dubois got his dad is his kind of overseer. Dad had 11 kids. Then mom never seems to get mentioned, but the dad seems to be the shepherd of the family. He's guided 11 kids, guided 5 of them into boxing. Apparently, they're all doing very well. There's always one black sheep, but anyway, they're for the most part, they're all doing very well. Don Charles, a lot more technical, very technical, a lot more technical than we would know from Chisora, but Chisora's technical as well. It's just not very obvious. Technical brawler, but Don Charles has got a lot to offer. I believe that Spencer recommended Don Charles as the replacement coach because they were shopping around for a coach something like 6 weeks ago. This thing's been in the making for 6 weeks, so it's not just now. And Spencer knows Don. In fact, Dubois Sr. knows Don. And they were approached. Don was approached by them like when Dubois was 18. Because Dubois has a habit of bouncing around, even in the amateurs. He boxed for like 6 different amateur boxing clubs, which is unusual. So he's known for bouncing around. I wouldn't know about Don's strengths or weaknesses because really the top guy we've seen him is Chisora. Of course, Don's gym it doesn't just specialize in pro boxing, but it specializes in white collar boxing. So it's a working gym that doesn't just cater for pro boxers, caters for a number of different niche markets. Don likes to get paid every day regular. So it's a very active gym. But apparently, I have to take this from Spencer, and I believe him. Don's a very technical guy. And with the Usyk fight coming up, Don was recommended. They did a trial. They did a trial run. So they've been on a trial now for 3-4 weeks. 3 weeks. And then at Don's behest, he said, Don recommended we have a trial run. And Dubois Jr. and Dubois Sr., they've concluded that, yes, this is the place to be. We're happy with the training. We're happy with the progress. And that's where they're at. I mean, Vitaly Klitschko, Derek Chisora fought. Let me just bring him up. Derek Chisora fought Chisora. Derek Chisora fought Vitaly Klitschko at the time when Vitaly was just cleaning him out, and I'm just bringing him up. And apparently, nobody's taking rounds off Vitaly at that point. And Derek Chisora, what was this? Derek Chisora took a good 4 rounds off Vitaly at a time when Vitaly was just, nobody was taking rounds off Vitaly. So, yeah, this was in Oppenheim, Munich, and it went the full 12 rounds. Robert Helenius went, hold on, let me go to Klitschko, Vitaly. Let me go to Vitaly. As a matter of fact, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. I'll get into the chat in a bit, see what people have said. But first and foremost, let's scroll down. Have I even passed him? Herbie Hyde, for Herbie Hyde too. Damn. Herbie Hyde made some money fighting these cats. Julius Francis finished him in 2 rounds. Levi Billups finished him in 2 rounds. Where is Derek Chisora? What? Where is he? That's Derek Chisora. Herbie Hyde, Chris Bird, Olin Norris, Lennox Lewis, Is this Vitali? Yeah, Vitali. Let me go Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora. Hold on. What day did he fight Chisora? It's the 2nd of the 12th. Derek Chisora, 2nd of the 12th. But it don't really matter if that's there. Derek Chisora, 1. Derek Chisora, 1. What? That was his penultimate fight. They must have fought twice. Surely. Or we fought one brother once and then the other brother. Let me just go again. Because that fight went 12 rounds. It couldn't have been his last fight. Is this the fight they're talking about? But anyway, 12 rounds. Anyway, apparently from Don Charles, Chisora took 4 rounds off Vitali. $12 rounds. After that, he finished Mamichar in 4, fine. Finished Thomas Adamek in 10. Finished Old Landa Solis in 1. Shannon Briggs, that went the full distance. Kevin Johnson went the full distance. Finished Ariola in 10. So he's finishing cats. Okay. He's finishing almost everybody. Okay, that's a fair comment. He's finishing almost everybody. And Derek Chisora went to 12. Adamek finished in 10. Okay, so I guess that's the... I know he fought Vladimir as well. I think he gave Vladimir... Let's have a look. Down. Vitali, okay. Did he fight the Vladimir? I think he fought both brothers. Where is Vlad? Did he fight Vlad? Okay, maybe not. But anyway, he gave Vitali a run for his money, took rounds off him, and that was under Don Charles's tutelage. So he's got some skills. He's got some skills, and he's in a situation now where he's in a tough situation now. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's up. It's interesting.
I mean, does Don Charles train anybody else right now?
He's got a son, but does he train his own son? Don Charles's son.
Well, even so, he'll. So let me guess. McGuigan is saying somehow maybe the father was involved in why Daniel Dubois left.
He's coming up with throwing all kind of conspiracy, throwing some kind of, it's making it very ambiguous, smoke and mirror, suggesting. It never seems to go
well with this McGuigan guy, because I remember even him and Frampton, had this issue. Them and Josh Taylor had an issue. It's always something. Like it always ends up going sour, and not like, okay, the fighter leaves and it's kind of amicable. Like, wish you all the best. Take it easy, man. Yeah, it just always seems to go sour.
Yes.
Him and the fighter never speak after that. Yeah. It just, I don't know. It's some weirdness, man. It's some weirdness. How McGuigan, I don't like the way McGuigan's making it out like there's something surreptitious
that he can't talk about, or it's just making. It'd be far simpler if he just said the truth, which was that Dubois wanted some one-on-one training. Why can't he just? Why can't it be just that simple and that honest? Why not? Why not? What are you coming out with? Oh, I can't speak about. Oh no, he wants one-on-one training, which you cannot provide. What the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you just tell the truth? You know what I mean? Why has he got to be some cloak and dagger business? Oh, we can't talk about this. Oh, we can't talk about the Chantel Cameron. What's going on? What's going on with the court situation? It just seems so messy. It just seems so messy. The guy, the long and the short of it is, they're obviously not happy with something under Shane McGuigan's training. And okay, so that's the father, Don Charles, and then that's the son, George Fox. So yeah, he's training his son, George Fox. Has he got any high profile body this training right now? Nah, I don't think so.
Well, that's all right then. Hey, listen. I wish Daniel the best. He don't seem a bad guy. To me, he seemed a bit awkward socially, but that's okay.
Some people say he's on the spectrum, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Rafi.
Yeah.
I've observed the gentleman a couple of times, and I keep wondering. I wonder if he's all there. Like he don't seem. He's functional.
Yeah.
But,
maybe he's on the spectrum and he's high functioning.
He's too two mango short of a bushel, but that's all right. That's all right.
Well, he's doing well for himself. If he's, you got plenty of able-bodied and able-minded people out there, and they can't hold it together. But he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. I mean,
he even learned to drive the other day. Apparently, he's passed his driving test now.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, he says he's driving himself around now.
How old is he?
24, 25.
Oh, well, that's all right. Maybe driving wasn't something that was, because I know. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't even talk like that, because I didn't get my license until I wanted to buy my first car, which was in my 20s. Oh. I did not care about my driver's license. I did not care. So
over here, it's like a point of pride. You get it as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I had mine when I was 18. Normally, but obviously.
Went on that Dawkins stores.
Well, this was pre-Dawkins.
You did, brother?
This was pre-Dawkins. Oh, can you not hear me? Can you not hear me?
No.
Can you not hear me? 1 2 1 2. People, am I audible?
Oh, I hear you now, Rafi.
Oh, okay. People in the chat, can you? Yeah.
I mean, Daniel, he don't seem all the way there. And just the way he started to react, like, I remember when he beat the bum over in America, not Bryant, but the one he fought on the Jake Paul card or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That
bouncing around the ring. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. I was like, nah. This ain't. This is somebody who is differently abled. This is.
Yeah, he might be a little bit different, He might be a little bit different. He might be. He's 24, 25. Orthodox, 6'5", 78.
At least he's very functioning, and he's not some one of these ogres walking around, just big, muscly, but nothing upstairs.
Yeah,
ogre.
Yeah,
and I wish him the best. I hope he gets through and hope things work out for him. He came out all the way when he first I knocked out Joshua in sparring. I would do this to Joshua. I would do that to Joshua. And blah, blah. I was like, oh, here we go.
That's a good question, because they just asked, why is Don Charles and his son Fox? Well, apparently they used the mother's name to make sure that his son didn't come under extra pressure because of his surname. But I mean, I don't think there'd been any pressure. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, the mother is a fox, so just it was fox for whatever reason. That's how it goes.
Foxy lady. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there you go. There you go. But yeah, I wish him the best. Just somebody has to investigate the McGuigans. Then how come things are always going bad over there, man?
Something's wrong over there. Something's wrong over there. And the excuse is it's never straight. I don't like the alluding to, the family. Oh, I was given an ultimatum. What ultimatum were you? I don't believe there was an ultimatum. I mean, maybe they said to him, well, you know what? I think you got too many people for us. And he's he's manipulated that and saying I was given an ultimatum. But I don't like the way McGuigan's handled this. Why didn't you just say, listen, Daniel wanted to go somewhere he felt he'd get more attention.
And that's that.
Why not that?
Easy as that. And it would have been over. So look, the guy wanted some more attention.
Yeah.
He didn't feel he was going to get it here. I wish Daniel all the best. If he wants to come back anytime, doors are open. No issue. Let's call it that.
Yeah. But instead of that, the family, I was given an ultimatum, I can't talk about that. He'll say anything.
Strange guy.
Say anything to make himself look better. He thinks that if he tells the truth that Daniel wanted more attention, that it reflects badly on him. Just tell the damn truth, man. Tell the damn truth. Just tell the damn truth. It ain't that hard. But there's so much. What is it? The W. Hold on. Where is that thing? The WB. Is it the WBA? The WBO? Who told Jamal that yo, you gotta fight Tazoo. What are you doing? You gotta fight Tazoo by September. And I think Jamal's been out of the ring since WBC. That's not. Who's that? WBC. No, it's Jamel they're talking to. I think it's the WBO are telling Jamel, yo, you gotta fight Costa Zoo in September. And Jamel, ain't been in the ring for a year. And so now he's got to get ready. WBO orders Jamel Charlo to defend against Tazoo by September the 30th. And I don't think he's ready. He ain't been in the ring for a year.
Was he got injured or something, right? But then he just didn't fight at all. I don't understand these Charlos. It's like they spend this abnormal time out the ring.
Abnormal. He's been out for a year. His brother's been out with 2 years with an injury and then mental issues. His wife left him. She didn't. I think he kicked her out. But she's got 5 kids. They got 5 kids together. It don't make no sense if you got a woman with 5 kids and you ain't fought in 2 years. It's not a good idea to kick the woman out because now you got to find her a home. You got to find a home for the kids. Is she taking the kids? I don't know. That's money. That's money at a time when she called you a broke ass. She said you was broke. And now you've got to find an extra domicile. And you've got to keep her in the manner to which she has become accustomed. And now
you cook, Rafi.
Say that again?
Maybe she not cook, so she know. Maybe she not chew the chicken. Maybe she not, maybe she don't clean fish. You don't know what's the woman who can clean fish in a Rafi. So like you're gonna.
He's gonna have to find another woman who can clean fish, and he's still gonna have to pay for her who can't clean fish.
Okay, all right, Rafi, okay.
So that's gonna be problems. That's financial. If you got a woman and she got 5 kids for you, brother, just grin and bear it and do it like Arnold Schwarzenegger did it. Just get a maid. Get a maid.
Yeah, you gotta make up that. You can 5 children, 5 picking nigga, now virgin. You got to because it gets more expensive.
Yeah. Get a maid.
Oh, come on, Rafi.
No, you have to get a maid in. You know, the house cleaner. Get a maid in. A house cleaner, so you keep the wife and the 5 kids.
And everybody happy.
And then you have a maid, a house cleaner, for when the wife gone, the kids are at school.
Yeah.
You're working from home. You got a
Yeah.
home office. You put a lock on the door, and the maid cleans your office.
Hit the like, people. Hit the like. Hit the like. You don't get this kind of programming nowhere else but on the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio.
Come on, people. You know what I'm
Live
saying?
from Dawkins Towers.
Live from Dawkins Towers, you know? You got to get over the moat, though. Can't get over the moat. The moat has not been breached since when? Since the fall of Iraq.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So, you know, the Charlos, why? One hasn't fought in 2 years. You know, he's got mental issues. The other one hasn't fought in a year. Now the WBA telling him they got to fight Tszyu. And I rate Tszyu very highly, by the way. Second generation. His father was a big champ. And he's second generation. You know, I rate, you know, he could beat Charlo. As far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. I mean, I just find the inactivity of PBC fighters to be alarming. I mean, you name them. They don't have no fight schedule. Jamel Charlo, no fight schedule. Jamal Charlo, no fight schedule. Wilder, no fight schedule. I don't know. I don't know if you'll call people like Jaron Ennis a PBC fighter. No fight schedule. None of these people have no fight schedule. Andy Ruiz, no fight schedule. I just don't get it. Errol Spence, no fight schedule.
It's crazy.
How are you under a promotional banner who never seem to have no schedule, no calendar, no nothing, and you satisfied with that?
No money.
Come on. Oh, okay.
No cash flow. You know what I mean? It's crazy, yo. It's just crazy. It's absurd. It's bizarre. And now, man's in a fix. He might be in a fix. Because Tszyu ain't playing no games.
No, the young man said he wanted his shot right now.
Right now.
You say, Joshua Boatsi story. I want my shot now. Right now.
He wants it. I've been watching Spence and Derek James on pads. Spence moves and boxing.
I think he played it up down below.
Timothy Thomas. Sorry, Spence moving like AJ did in the Franklin fight. Is that a good or bad thing?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Is that a bad thing, a good thing? I mean, they have the same trainer, so,
Yeah. Is that a good or a bad thing? Timothy Thomas. A maid is necessary. Hey, in those circumstances, you keep the wife, you keep the kids. I don't know what the problem is. You had 5 kids with her before you realized something was wrong. How the hell does that work? Maybe she just switch. That's a terrifying thought. What are people saying? Let me have a look. What's going on?
Timothy Thomas giving you instruction on how to clean a fish.
Oh yeah, fish cleaning tips. Fish cleaning tips. Let's have a look. Check to see which one's wearing mitts. Combat Radio, what do you think about the heavyweight? Yeah, I've answered that. He's very good. He's 18. He's got a good amateur pedigree as well. So he's not like... Sorry?
Who's his trainer?
No idea. No idea. I thought Shane said Double D was shot as a Triple D was shot as a fighter. When did he say that? I doubt it.
What?
I doubt it. That's like some kind of crazy headline. Bomac would be good. How many fighters does we're gonna have in camp? Around 12. Um, what's going on? What's going on? In my opinion, I believe Triple D is taking a huge risk changing trainers so soon. Is he following AJ? Is he following AJ? I don't think. I don't think so. Dude with the blue hanky that's in the Pasadenas. All,
Pasadena.
yeah, all but two fighters that leave McGuigan regress in skills. Only Cameron and Sonny Edwards have improved since leaving him. Sonny Edwards and Cameron improved. Well, I mean, Okoli's just left him, so it's hard to make a judgment on that one. Frampton, he retired. Josh Taylor, yeah, he's having some problems. But yeah, there's plenty of data yet to be gathered. It's not like the experiment is concluded. That seems a high maintenance roster. For real.
Rafi, what do you make of Spencer Fearon saying Kyle Fratch grudge Joshua?
Carl Fratch, I've never really taken to Carl Fratch. I wasn't watching boxing at the time of his ascent. So I never really got on the Carl Fratch wave. I was over in the MMA sphere at that time. But ever since I've come back, he seems like a bitter fellow. His political leanings are toward UKIP. So he has his political leanings are very, very, very on toward the right. Might be further right than is comfortable for most. He's a Polish immigrant, and sometimes it's some of these immigrants who are the most vociferous in their feelings towards immigration. Some of them hate it the most. You know what I mean? So Carl Fratch is a character that I don't warm to Carl Fratch in any way. He doesn't seem to have good words for many people. And is he jealous of Joshua? I do get the distinct impression that he's jealous of many people, and Joshua is one of them right about now. But I don't warm to Carl Fratch. I don't cover his stories. I really don't like to deal with bitter people, and he seems like a very bitter character to me. That's how it comes across. So I don't deal with Carl Fratch. Never have.
Since I've started not him as a fighter, but when I started coming more around UK boxing and whatnot and hearing him talk, he just I just say he just always seems a sour person. I'm never quite sure if he's making fun or if he's dead serious. Because nobody could be this sour. You can't be this sour. So I always thought, no, he's joking or he's just trying to. No, and people used to tell me, no, that's really him. So I saw his comment about Wilder would stop Joshua, and then when I listened to Spencer said exactly what I thought. Spencer said he's upset, and he's saying Joshua don't have a legacy. He's saying what Joshua did in boxing, Carl Fratch never did. Fratch never did. He don't have the accolades like Joshua. He didn't make the money like Joshua. He don't have the accolades. He just and it's a problem. And plus Joshua left Rob McCracken, and Fratch don't like that.
Well, Fratch, I mean, whatever Joshua did, if Joshua would have stayed with McCracken, then Fratch might have said, well, he should have moved on by now. I mean, he's still with his amateur trainer. I mean, where's his ambition?
Wasn't McCracken Fratch's trainer?
Yeah.
But
it's
when I listen to Spencer, He pretty much said what I've been thinking for a while. Like this guy Fratch, and Fratch also. I think he had a problem with Amir Khan also.
Yes,
like
Amir Khan.
Like, why are you so sour? Why you dislike everybody?
He's coming after what's the Welsh middleweight unbeaten Calzaghe. He's going after Calzaghe. If I'd have thought Calzaghe, I'd have beat him. Well, nobody else did. You know, and Fratch has got a loss or two on his record. So what's he talking about? You know, Fratch don't even annoy me. He just you know, as somebody I view as very, very suspect. I view as a cat who's got he's got opinions that greatly differ to mine. He's a kind of UKIP guy. You get the impression he's a UKIP guy. You know, and sometimes you know the immigrants. Sometimes some immigrants from some European countries they can be the worst. They can be the worst. I mean, you look at Italians in America. I mean, when you study their history, Italians in America, they got all kinds of names for them. Guinea means guinea pig. Call them greasers. Call them many unsavory names. They were treated, especially from southern Italy, you know, Sicily, very close to Africa. You know, there's some African DNA in there. There's some dark skin in there. They tend to be dark skinned from the south. And they in particular, they were not very well treated in America as immigrants. They were not treated as white, let's put it that way. And in certain states they were treated as black, as Africans, which is not very favorable at all. And to the point where they had to rebrand themselves. After the tribulations they had when they went to America, they had to rebrand themselves. They stopped teaching their children Italian, and they tried to be white, and eventually they kind of got accepted somewhat as white, you know. But they had to change themselves. They had to assimilate. They had to abandon their language, you know, to fit in. And now, you know, some of these Italians, you know, there's certain channels I listen to, non-boxing related, and you know, you got some Italian Americans in there, and when you catch some little comments, you know, little points of views and little things, you go, oh, you're as bad as the people who oppressed you. You're as bad as the pilgrims who oppressed you. You know, you're worse than them because you want to show that you're worse to ask to, please let me fit in. Look, I'm worse than you. Let me fit in. And I think Carl Fratch, he reminds me of that kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? From an immigrant European country, maybe a generation ago, a couple of generations ago, and you know, they're just trying to fit in. You know, they got this fit in mentality. And I don't really even care to know his feelings on anything because I just find him unsavory, displeasing, disagreeable. You know what I mean? Just not good. Not good at all. Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, can you please ask the Iron Kong if Bomac would be a good boxing trainer for Daniel Dubois? Listen, my friend, you've asked that question. We did a poll on it, and the results of the poll were, I think, a lot of people like Ronnie Shields. I don't know why. I mean, it wouldn't be my choice. You heard the name Adam Booth came up. You know, David Hayes' previous trainer. You got Ben. You got Ben Davidson, P.T. Davidson. You got Tesco Joe Gallagher. You got loads of people. Who else? I'm sure there's a few more trainers that I'm forgetting about. So there's loads of them, mate. Loads of them. But Iron Kong, you know, Bomac. I mean, which heavyweight has Bomac had? We don't know. Is the answer, but you can answer that question, Iron Kong.
Derek James never had no heavyweights, so
Yeah, there you go.
he didn't have no heavyweights.
There you go.
I think Dubois would benefit from being in the gym with Terence Crawford.
Okay.
The problem is it's two socially awkward people.
Okay.
And so you know, it's not, I'm not sure how the conversation will go, but maybe Dubois being in a gym where he could watch someone like Terence Crawford,
Yeah.
you know, would be helpful.
Mm.
You know.
Mm. Mm.
My question would be, again, Dubois seems to have very specific needs.
Yeah.
Or does his, because it's not the first time, Rafi, we've talked about this father situation. Remember I think Dubois was in Mark Tibbs also.
Yes.
And there was a rumor again that the father must have had an issue with Mark Tibbs also.
Well, Mark Tibbs didn't like the father's input, the father being around, asking questions, this, that, the other. So Mark Tibbs, that liaison lasted for a couple of weeks.
Right. So, you know, maybe Dubois would benefit from being away from England and just being on his own. You know what I mean? I don't know Bomac as a trainer like that, because sometimes some trainers look better because of their star pupil. Terence Crawford might be a once in a lifetime talent.
Is Shakur Stevenson with him too?
I don't know if he's officially with him, but maybe, yeah.
I think I've seen Shakur around.
Shakur also used to work with Andre Ward. He used to work with a few people.
Oh.
He used to work with Floyd for a time.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Shakur has been schooled by some really, really talented people.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. I mean, you can't judge a trainer by one man. Yeah. Look at Virgil Hunter or Virgil Hill, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Virgil Hunter had one good fighter.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Derek James, at the very least, has three. Frank Martin, a champion Errol Spence, champion Jamel Charles. So he has a track record of.
Yes, that's a track record.
You know
that's a track record. That's a track record.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Dubois is a very, I don't know, a very strange cat. I don't know.
He's different. He's different.
He's a cat, you know.
Yeah. He's
he
different.
Might be a very specific surroundings. He might need a very specific setup to function.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think his dad's letting him. I don't think his dad's letting him travel overseas like that unaccompanied.
Yeah, and that's a problem though, because he's 20-something years old.
25.
Maybe his father is aware of his particular
limitations, perhaps.
And is just trying to be around for his son, but you kind of gotta let him experience certain things, you know, and just kind of build himself as a man. But you know, I'm not gonna go into that. I don't know the father, and I don't know Daniel Dubois, so I don't know about Bomac. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did someone say Kyle Fat is also a flat earther? Makes sense.
That would make sense. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mr. Dawkins, is Fury having issues making big fights? Is he being frozen out? Well, they're talking about him not. They're talking about him not fighting until December. So no fight in the summer. And I think, I don't know, maybe some guys seem to be able to function with one fight a year. Maybe the conventional wisdom suggests that you have multiple fights per year, but I don't know. The PBC guys seem to function very well on one fight a year. I mean, we always say 2 fights a year is good, but they seem to function on 1 fight a year. So who's to say that it's going to be bad for Fury not fighting in this summer? When was his last fight? Was it? When was Fury's last fight?
Last fight was Derek Chisora.
Oh, wasn't that the end of 2020? So it'll be a year. Yeah. So it'll be a year. Some people function on that once a year. Would it be good for Joshua? No, I don't think so, because you need gel. You need more time with your trainer, gelling, trying things, and then seeing how it works in an actual fight situation. So I think Joshua, in his situation, he needs a summer run out. Before December. Fury, does he need a run out in the summer? Does he absolutely need it? I'm not so sure he does. I'm not so sure he does. Is his body okay? Is he nursing injuries? If he's nursing injuries, then the time off may benefit him. But personally, I mean, you look at the old time fighters; they were fighting more than once a year. So I think ideally a champion would be fighting 2 times a year. But then you look at the PBC model, and they seem to be functioning quite well on once a year. So it's really hard. It's really hard to say. Common sense says 2 fights a year. Common sense says that. But Fury was doing once a year. Wilder, they've been out. I mean, let me pull up Fury's schedule, how he's been fighting. All right, son. Fury. Pull up Tyson Fury, how he's been fighting. His schedule. Let's have a look. The Jeep. Oh, by the way, folks, I saw something on Twitter before they blocked me, before they suspended me.
You suspended from Twitter?
Yeah, they suspended me. They said I made an inflammatory remark.
Oh, Rafi.
Well, all I did was I said they should have gassed him.
Gassed who?
There was a guy with 2 knives. There was a post, saying the British police deserve applause or something. And there was some police. They had the body armor, fine, but they had bare arms, short sleeves, bare arms. And they went into a flat, Bucker Flats apartment, and there was a man with 2 knives. Now, you could see him locked in the corridor because there was one copper holding the door shut. So he could have gone back into his flat, but he didn't want to. So he's out in the corridor. It's all kind of glass. You know the glass when they got the wire in the glass? No, glass with the wire in the glass. I don't know if you've seen that, but anyway, they got this. It's reinforced glass, so you got wire strips going through it so it doesn't just shatter. So it's that kind of glass, and he's standing there with his 2 knives, and then the guy's got the tase. They're trying to talk him down. He won't talk him down. He just said to the other cop, "Yeah, open the door now." And then they tased him when they opened the door. Now, to me, I didn't like the lack of what do you call that? The lack of protective gear, because the arms were bare and they didn't have any slash-resistant gloves on. So to me, it was a bit irresponsible not to have more protective gear on when you got a man with 2 knives. So I said they should have gassed him first, which means when they open the door, gas him, disorientate the guy, then tase him. Double action. That's what I said. I don't see how that's hate speech. It's just making it safer for the police. That's what I'd have done if I was a copper. Gas him first, disorientate him, then tase him, because once they tased him, he was still thrashing about. He was still dangerous. So if they'd have gassed him, disorientated him, he might have dropped the knife immediately thinking, my eyes, and then tase him, double action. So I was actually, in favor of a safer. I was saying, make it safer. Gas him first, then apply the electric current.
Good God.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
to me, that's just common sense.
I got you. So you're thinking about the safety of the.
I was thinking about the safety of the cops. Gas the knife, man, and then tase him. Gas him first.
I got you. Gas them and light them.
Sorry?
Gas them and light them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. I thought that was being a helpful comment. I thought it was logical. Gas him first, then tase him. Because
somebody reported your post?
Say that again.
Does that suggest that somebody reported your post?
It does suggest that. Which is bizarre to me.
All right. Okay.
Bizarre. unless it come up in the algorithm. But I imagine somebody reported it, which is strange because I don't really comment in that area, whichever channel it was. I don't comment. It wasn't unboxing related. So it's bizarre. How much do I care? I care a little bit because I went to post some stuff this evening. I went to post up the show this evening, let people know. And I couldn't do it. But hey, am I exceptionally bothered? No, I've just put the appeal in, started the appeal process, and there you go. They'll get back to me when I'm out of Twitter jail. You know what I mean?
Free Rafi.
Free the Rafi. Free the Rafi. You know what I mean? Free the Rafi. What else is going on? Mr. Dawkins, I think I'm way behind. Way behind. Let's just go through some of these. What's this? Let's go through some of these. Yeah, okay. That's the fish preparation program. Is Ituma trained by Bowers? Okay, well, Bowers took Dubois a certain distance, a certain length, the Bowers brothers, but then he had to dip out once he got beat by Joyce. He had to dip out. What are his weaknesses? Yeah, maybe footwork. Maybe footwork is it could be sharper. Maybe it could be a bit more nimble on the feet. Maybe his inside fighting could improve. Inside grappling, inside fighting, inside grappling. Doesn't really seem to do much grappling. Head movement, definitely head movement. So I'll give you 3. I say he could improve his footwork, a bit more nimble. Inside fighting and head movement. Boom. That's 3 things there. You got to chew on, really. Carl Froch has always been frosty towards any successful fighters, especially AJ. Yep. All of Dubois' past trainers have been in and around London. You won't even travel to a different city by train. You won't even travel to a different city to train by train. How about that? Yep. They tried to do the Rafi wrong, but that's okay. Fury fought Chisora before that. Dillian before. Yep. Okay. Is it wise that Haney gonna be resigning with mob boss? Resigning with mob boss Bob? Yeah, there's some talk that he might resign. But hey, he's been with the Zone. Now he's with Top Rank. He's gonna sign where it fits best. You know what I'm saying? He knows what the Zone money's like. He knows what Top Rank money's like, and I think he said he liked the exposure at Top Rank. So he's gonna sign with whoever he feels is the best fit.
Yeah. Top rank seems to be working for him. So
boom.
Just go ahead, do your thing, bro. Sign where you feel comfortable. That's it. Fitting, getting where you fit in.
Getting where you fit in. You know what I mean?
I mean, he was over at the Zone, and Ryan Garcia wouldn't fight him. Yeah, Bob and them froze him out because they could have made fights with him, but they just refused.
Yeah.
So they got what they wanted because remember, this was done basically by Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella forced Devin Haney to have to sign with Top Rank.
Yes.
To get that fight. So This was really a conspiracy between Bob Arum and Lou DiBella.
He was strong-armed.
Huh?
He was strong-armed.
But I guess him being there, he sees some fights, he sees whatever. So
do
you think? Yeah.
So it started off bad, arguably. But not everything that starts out good ends good. And everything that starts out bad ends bad.
Right.
Look at Charlo. Look at Charlo's marriage.
No, low blow. Oh,
You know what
blow,
I mean?
blow. Unfair.
You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that. Looky there. Looky there. Fury bought Chisora. Oh, but the good news is I saw it on Twitter and I thought it was a joke before they blocked me. I saw it on Twitter. Furiosity, the drink. You know, Furiosity, the drink. I don't know. It was set up as some premium drink originally. That was how it was marketed. But now it's in. We have a cut price store over here, called Heron, Heron, Heron stores. Yeah.
Heron, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And they're cut price. You know, you need some chocolate digestives. You need some rich tea biscuits. You need some crackers. Whatever it is, you need a family pack size of Doritos,
Sure.
multi-pack, whatever it is. You know, you can get them at cut. You get them at the lower prices. They undercut the bigger stores. Well, I read on a Twitter feed. I think this could have been the guy who reported me. He must have followed some because I think I hurt his feelings. He was a Fury fan. And I read. He did. I read in that Twitter thread, somebody say that you can get three cans of Furiosity for £1 in Heron stores. So £1, so that works out to what, 33.3 pence per can. And it's a good sized can. So, and it's supposed to be a premium drink, so you'd expect to pay £1 to £2 per can. But this cat said it's £1 for three cans of Furiosity in Heron stores. And you know, I laughed and I said, "What?" I asked him, "Is it real or whatever?" But anyway, I went back to this guy because this guy was talking about Tyson Fury has really helped out in the field of mental health, and I responded to this guy that. Well, Tyson Fury is negatively impacting my mental health because I bought a can of Furiosity once for £1, and now I find out that I can get 3 of them from Heron stores for £1. So that's negatively impacting my mental health. So I suspect this cat, that Fury cat, Fury follower, I think he might have got up in his feelings when I said that. And I think he wants to look what else did he posted. Oh yeah, that boom. So I think he's a prime suspect. But yeah. I was passing a Heron store, and by chance, I saw the Furiosity there, and I just went ping. So I picked up a can. I went to the checkout lady. I said, "How much are these?" And she said, "Oh, I think they're 3 for £1." So people in the UK, you can get 3 cans of Furiosity for £1 in Heron stores. If you have a look, I've never tasted one. But they're going bargain bucket prices. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink those energy drinks or anything like that. My prime drink is water, and every now and then I'll have a coffee, a black coffee, no sugar, no cream. So I'm not really big on these sweetened drinks. You know what I mean? Not really keen on these sweetened drinks. But 3 for the price of 1. Furiosity in Heron stores UK, and our international friends, you know, if you want us to pick up a couple of cans of Heron for you, no problem. You just send us the postage, we'll sort it out for you. Yeah, Heron stores, Furiosity, 3 for £1. Me too. I still wouldn't buy it. I put it back. I put that shizzle back. Put it back on the shelf.
Well, we don't. I mean, that drink comes laced with EDL.
Yeah.
DNA. We don't want to support such a drink.
No.
We don't want to support such a an insidious organization.
Nope. Don't want it.
Yeah.
Don't want it. Is it why is the Haney gonna be oh yeah, I read that. What happened between you and Giant Haystacks? Yo, that, you know, it went down. It went down in Brown Hills. You know what I mean? That's what they call the area, Brown Hills. But I think Mr. Haystacks had some issues. You know what I mean? I think he had some issues. So I was with a white bodybuilder guy. Didn't seem to have any problem with him. When he saw the Rafi, all of a sudden he seemed to get his hackles up. You know what I mean? But it's a good thing Rafi was kind of light on his feet. You know what I mean? Rafi was pretty good at the Ali shuffle. Oh dear. Very appropriate. They were affiliated with Fury then. Highly appropriate. You know what I mean? And yeah. What time is it over there in St. Kitts, Hong Kong?
So 7:43.
7:43. It's nice and early over there. Early evening over here. It is approximately 43 minutes past the hour of midnight.
What? Rafi, you need to come go to bed, man.
Yeah. I just felt like going live. And this thing has lasted for 3 hours, 26 minutes. Was anybody on with me? Oh, you're apart from you? Was anybody else even on? I don't even think anybody else was on with me. It's just you, Iron Kong. That's all. I rolled this thing out for a good 2.5 hours. But, you know, strangely enough, I always prefer to have company on these things. So it's always appreciative when you jump on. But funnily enough, I was just in the mood to talk about the Haney versus Loma thing. And I was talking to some cats last night about it, and we started getting to knockout percentages, and I realized that one of my issues with Haney is that, I mean, his last 6 fights I think have gone the distance. Now my favorite fighters, they get fools out of there. They have good knockout ratios, you know, up in the 60% ratios, up in the 60%, 70%. They're in the 60 and 70% ratios. Some of the ratios drop down, like Roberto Duran. He's only like about in the 50s somewhere, but he had about 30 fights past his prime when he should have been retired. So really, if you take them 30 fights off, then his knockout ratio is up there in the high 70s. Terence Crawford, high 70s. Marvin Hagler, high 70s. Tommy Hearns, high 70s. Sugar Ray Leonard, mid 60, 65, mid 60s. You know, so I realized that, yeah, a lot of my favorite fighters, they're up there in the high ratio, so they can box and they can stop the show too. They can done the dance as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And my issue with Devin Haney is that he goes 12 rounds too often for my liking. Now, okay, you can say, well, Rafi, you said you like good fundamentals, and I do like good fundamentals. And Haney has got by on good fundamentals, has taken Haney to the top of his division, undisputed champion. So that's the benefit of good fundamentals. But on the flip side of that, my favorite fighters also, not just with good fundamentals, but they also get fools out of there. So that's my problem with Devin Haney. I mean, I wish him well, but it's a problem. I mean, Lomachenko, he's known as a points fighter. I've called him a points fighter, but he's up there in the high 50s, so he's closer to 60%. Devin Haney's 51%. Lomachenko's closer to 60% with 17 fights. So his knockout ratio is far higher than Devin Haney. Does that mean he's going to win? No. But I mean, who doesn't want to see knockouts? You want to see good fights and you want to see knockouts. I can't talk to me.
I think with Devin, I'm not sure what it is. Because with Kambosos in his second fight, he put some leather on Kambosos. I just don't know. I don't know if he has stopping power. I don't know if he has that kind of stopping power, and
Hmm.
he can be entertaining, but he'll need somebody that's gonna push him and push him and push him. If it's gonna be a boxing match, it has to be a high level, high energy boxing match, not like Cambosos where he just jabbed his face off, and Cambosos didn't have an idea what to do.
Hmm.
Lomachenko will force him to fight.
Yes.
Like Lomachenko will force him to try and knock him out. They will force him to try, because when he fought Linares, he was beating the hell out of Linares, but he couldn't knock him out.
Right.
He didn't really hurt Linares, really, but Linares hurt him,
Yeah.
but Linares hurt a lot of people.
Well, Larry's dropped Lomachenko, put him on his
A
ass.
lot of people.
Yeah.
Knocked out a lot of people. So maybe he's just not blessed with that, Rafi. But the problem with people like Devin Haney is that because they're so much better than most people in boxing, they could make the fight real boring.
Yeah.
And that's not what we want, and that's going to be a problem for him.
Yes.
But I'm supporting him in this fight.
Yeah.
I think all the BS that he went through with all his franchise nonsense and email champ this and all of that, I would like to see the young brother do something, because they really put this young kid through the ring and he had to sign this awful deal with Bob Arum.
Yeah.
It was just like, Lomachenko has had a lot of undeserved attention, in my opinion. But we'll see. I think it's a great fight.
Who you got winning Kong as we bring this thing to a close?
I think he'll win the fight.
Say again?
I'm back in Haney.
Okay. I wish well for Haney. I wish him all the best. But I gotta be honest. I like to see stoppage. I like to see stoppages. Haney ain't stopped nobody in 6 fights. Last 6 fights, he ain't stopped. That's not good enough. I want to see stoppages.
Right.
I want to see stoppages. Who wants to see fights get stopped? Me. 60% of the time minimum.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wish him the best. I think his style is not conducive to stoppages. I don't know if it's just a power thing. I think he might have power, but his style, that wide stance, I don't know if it's conducive to stoppages. I don't know if he's mentally in tune. I don't know if he even wants stoppages mentally. I think he's mentally tuned to fight in a intelligent manner, keep himself out of as much trouble as possible, hit and not get hit. That's fine. That's all well and good. But I don't know. Maybe a little bit more. There's an ingredient. I feel like there's an ingredient missing with Devin Haney. I feel like there's something missing. Like, when you have I don't know. Do you eat curry goat? do you eat curry goat, Con?
Yeah, I would eat the curry goat. Rafi, go ahead. Let me hear this. Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean, if you eat curry goat,
yeah,
then I went to a wedding. I went to a christening, and they had some non-traditional people cooking the curry goat and rice. When I say non-traditional, I mean people who traditionally don't cook curry goat and rice. So this guy was bragging to me that he found these people who can do the curry goat and rice so much cheaper than a traditional curry goat and rice maker.
Lord of mercy.
But the problem is, even though, yes, there was rice on the plate, and yes, there was curried goat on the plate, that didn't taste like no curry. There's something wrong. There was something, it didn't taste like it would do if a traditional curry goat and rice maker made it. There was some, I don't know, maybe they read a recipe book and but it didn't taste like authentic curry goat and rice. You see what I'm saying to you, Kang?
Yes, Rafi. Yeah.
You know when something is missing, something or some things are missing. don't taste right. It don't feel right.
I got you. I got you. I feel you. Say no, man. It looked like curry goat, but
Yeah,
when I eat this thing now,
nah, nah. Something wrong. Something wrong. Something's missing.
watching it, okay, I could recognize it, but
Yeah,
eating it,
yeah,
consuming it,
yeah.
no, no, no.
No, something's wrong. So even though it came at a very handsome price, it just wasn't worth the saving, because everybody was looking around like, this curry goat. You're looking around. This just don't taste authentic. This just don't taste authentic. It just feels like something missing in the ingredients. Something's wrong. And yeah, I mean, just I think Devin Haney. It took me a long time to warm up to him, and I'm still struggling. I enjoy
I,
I enjoy the Cambosis fights, but I'm struggling with him. I'm struggling.
I understand. Trust me, I understand what you're saying. I'm backing Haney because just his history in boxing and
Yeah.
why I realized he had to go through for this.
Yes.
I would like to see him pull it off, But
I'd love to see him pull it off.
Timothy Thomas asked, what if Loma doesn't force it? Let me tell you something. If Lomachenko cannot force Devin Haney to fight, Lomachenko's in a lot of problems because if he allows Devin Haney to keep this long,
yeah,
and to keep this a boring fight, Lomachenko's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
He has to get active on Devin. You see how he got active on Teofimo in the second half of the fight?
Yes.
Lomachenko got to get active on Devin Haney. He got to.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a great fight, but I'll just see Devin Haney do it. If Lomachenko wins, I'm not shocked. But if the young man could do it, I'll back it.
I hope Haney wins. I hope he wins. For many reasons. Not least that he comes from a very oppressive country. For certain people. So I always cheer the when one of the oppressed emancipates themselves
Right.
from where the system wants to keep them.
Right.
So I'm rooting for him on that basis. I'm rooting for him, So he looks like he's avoided becoming a statistic in that particular country.
Yeah.
So I root for him on that basis. As far as fighting styles go, I understand this fighting style. Do I find it scintillating? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And so, ladies, gentlemen, assembled dignitaries, I just have to give it to you straight. I'm putting my money on Vasily Lomachenko, the Ukrainian dancer. Not that I'm hoping that he wins, but he's the underdog, and I think that's where you get the odds. So yeah, that's where I'm putting my money. I'll put £10 down on it. Hold on. No, I'm not gonna bet. I'm not gonna bet the fight doctor on this one. That's purely speculative. That's purely a speculative gamble that the Rafi is going to make. But the Iron Kong, I think we've done it. Been on here now for 3 hours, 30, 40 minutes. I don't know. It felt easy, to be honest with you. I was tired at the beginning, but I got to say it felt easy.
Maybe it's that kind of our curiosity you drink.
I just held it. I just holding the kind of curiosity. I don't know. It's just giving me some kind of wings. Give me some kind of wings. Felt easy. The chicken wings, maybe. I don't know if it's the chicken wings there today for dinner. I had some nice, well-seasoned chicken wings. I should have had a piece of fish. That's going to be tomorrow now. Got a big piece of fish to have. That's going to be tomorrow now. But for the Rafi, it's just, hey, I will be covering the Chantel Cameron thing fight on Saturday. That's going to be around 10 p.m. And I'm probably going to wake up to watch this thing live. Probably 4:30 a.m. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up at 4:30 a.m. There's something about this fight that I am very much looking forward to. Undisputed 140. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna wake up for it. I'm gonna wake up for it, Kong. If you're around and you got a nice dodgy stream, hey, feel free.
All right, Rafi. Hey, peace to you, my brother.
Hey, much appreciation goes out to the Iron Kong 126, taking time out to come over here and chopping it up with the Rafi. I don't know, people. It felt so easy today. Rafi was on his Jack Jones, and I just felt I just flowed with it. I don't know. Rafi got a new flow. Papa got a brand new bag. Rafi got a brand new flow. What was it? I feel like I was hearing something in the cans. Crazy. Could there possibly be a goat? Could there did I say goat? Could there possibly be a ghost in the machine? I don't know. I just felt like it just flowed, man. It just flowed. What am I saying? Yeah, great show. Much appreciated. And I'm gonna have a nightcap. I'm in a bit of a quandary because I got some meat that was in the freezer. I got a big piece of fish. I got two pieces of meat. I took them out of the freezer was it yesterday or the day before, like 2 days ago. But fortunately, I have a very cold fridge. So on day one, when it should have been defrosted, it wasn't. They were still icy. But this is day 2, and they've kind of almost pretty much thawed now. I kept them in the fridge to thaw. So they had a slow 2-day thaw. But really, by tomorrow, I'm going to have to wax them off. I should have cooked the fish today and then let it cool and put it back in the fridge. You don't want to mess around with meat. You don't want to defrost them. But fortunately, I have a very good fridge which stays very, very cold. So I should be okay. But tomorrow is going to be an all protein day because I got to get through all that protein that I took out the fridge, and then I bought some more protein. So tomorrow and the day after, I'm probably going to be eating pure protein. Probably going to have fish for breakfast. It's a big piece of fish, so I'm going to have a bit of fish for lunch. Fish for breakfast, fish for lunch. Meat is going to be 2 fish meals and 2 steak meals. Something like that. You know what I mean? So even though we're going through a recession or whatever, we're still eating good. So thanks to, who do we thank? Thank the higher power. Or do we thank ourselves, or do we thank a higher power? Who do you thank? You know what I mean? Who do you thank? So what we're saying, gentlemen bet. Gentlemen, no, I don't want this gentleman's bet because I'm not really sure about it. It's an outside bet. The obvious guy who should win should be Haney, but I will put a small wager at the bookies on the underdog. But I don't fancy a gentleman's bet with you on this one. I'm not confident that I'd win. But a little fiver at the bookies tomorrow. Hopefully I remember. I'll have my slip. I'm probably going to be wrong. This is purely speculative. Haney is the favorite. So I can't bet you. I can bet at the bookies, though. Because if I book the non-favorite and that wins, that's all good. But there's a chance that the favorite is going to win. There's a bigger chance that the favorite's going to win. You know what I mean? So yeah, but this is a crazy show. I've been going for 3 hours 44 minutes. That's long. 135. Doesn't have stoppage per 1-3. Sorry, it's a 135. I think I just said 140. He can't afford to eat CGs. What's a CG? Sanchez over Anderson. Oh, Sanchez ain't really a banger. The banger's Anderson, but Sanchez is evasive. So, yeah, interesting. That's a tough one. But Sanchez is far more experienced, so I wouldn't match them right now anyway. If Loma does not force, Loma's got to force. You got to force to survive. Although Haney's not going to knock him out, though, is he? Or is he? We can't all have heavy hands. Not a problem. Not a problem for you. Okay. Who's your favorite fighter? Who's your favorite fighter currently, and who's your favorite fighter of all time? That's to you, Timothy Thomas. Who is your favorite fighter currently, and who is your favorite fighter of all time that comes to mind? Oh. Okay. I got you. What about Al Heyman? What about him? Who's your favorite boxer of all time, and who's your favorite boxer currently? Okay, well, you have to put that in the chat, not this chat, but the permanent chat later on, because we have come to the end of the show, and you know Rafi's gonna have to get his little nightcap and turn in to the master quarters. Hagler, Crawford. Okay, well, but you say it don't matter. Hagler's your all-time, and then Crawford's your current. You say it don't matter, but both of those guys. Let me present some evidence to you. Both of those guys have knockout ratios of in the 75% region. So I suggest to you that your favorite fighters have high KO ratios. Let me show you. So if your favorite fighters have high KO ratios, does it not matter, or does it matter? You see what I'm saying? Let me show you though. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. 77.6%. Are you seeing that? 77.6% Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Now let's look at what's his name? Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, fighter. Terence. Where is he? KO ratio 76.9%. That's like 70%. That's 76.5%, 76.9. That's like, I think both of them are like very similar, aren't they? Hagler did not stop Hands of Stones, no, but Sugar Ray Leonard did, in a sense. Made him quit. Didn't stop him, but made him quit. And he's at 60, in the mid 60% range, 62, 63, something like that. We're talking about Sugar Ray. So I put it to you that your favorite fighters were stopping cats. 76%, 77% KO ratios. I put it to you. Yes, true, but I like technical fights also. I like chess matches. But you can have a chess match. You can have, these cats Terence Crawford, it's always a technical match. Marvin Hagler, it's always a technical match. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the highest point of the game is a technical artist, technical guy. Tommy Hearns. Look at Tommy Hearns. You want to bring Tommy Hearns into the equation? Let's bring up Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns. Where is it? The Hitman. I remember we were up in the 70% range, up in the 70 percentile range. Oh, check this out. Tommy Hearns, 71.6%. I like them apples. Crawford's KO ratio is over 90% to 147. Well, there you go. Now you know. Belle Biv DeVoe. You know what I mean? So, yeah, all of them guys were technical, but they could knock fools out too. So, no disrespect to Devin Haney. No disrespect to many other fighters. No disrespect to Pernell Whitaker. But, I do enjoy guys who can do both. I do enjoy guys more who can do both. That's just me. Everybody's entitled to your opinion. You, everybody. Okay, so thank you all for your participation. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit all the good buttons. We'll be going for a long, long time. Share the shit, share the shizzle, share my shit, share my sizzle, shizzle, sizzle, shizzle, sizzle, shizzle. Okay, thank you. And now it's time for us to say, Brown Bomber. Yo, some crazy shizzle right now. Harold Bomber Graham. Well, that's a good question. You can put the Harold Bomber Graham in the fight, in the boxer rec, and see what comes up. But right about now, it is good night from the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it's the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's Raphael Dawkins, the Combat Radio. And we are out. Blessed.